I'm good.
Because I'm pushing buttons.
Pushing buttons.
Buttons have been pushed. We are live.
Hooray! Gabor's trying to distract me with cute cat pictures, and it's almost working.
Let's be honest, it's
great.
working.
It's totally working.
Mel and
Really
cute cat.
He was holding an adopted kitty. Anyways, hello, welcome everyone. This is session, I want to say 10, but I could be wrong. Is this session 10?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I had session 8 written on here. It's session 10 of Roll For Severity's second D&D campaign. Can't really call it the newest anymore. We don't feel all that new. We stream live every Sunday at 5 p.m. PST right here at twitch.tv/RollForSeverity. I am Miss Wolfinger, the DM for this campaign, and I'm joined by the three lovely players that you see before you, Kit, Tom, and Giggle. So before we get underway, there's just a few quick things to go over. First things first, each month we donate a portion of all income generated by Roll for Severity to charity. It's super cool. This includes that from like subscriptions, donations, bits, and then sales from the Roll for Severity store. This month's charity is the BC Children's Hospital Foundation. It's a foundation supporting British Columbia's Children's Hospital, and they are researching ways to transform and improve healthcare for kids. If it wasn't for this foundation, we wouldn't have the wonderful person that is not Nathan, who plays in Giggle's campaign. They are responsible for him being with us today, so good on them. You can check out their website at bcchf.ca or on Twitter at bcchf. So having previously mentioned the store, Roll for Severity has one. The RFS store is up on tpublic.com/user/rollforseverity, and there's also a link somewhere down below that you can click. The last point to make is this is not a pre-made 5th Ed campaign. We have varied rules, we use different player mechanics, and we make different in-game adjustments. So the rules, as you know them, we may not use them as written. Fair warning, it's about to get super homebrewed up in here. So to my lovely players who last played before the holidays, what happened?
I opened a door.
We made a nerd complicit in a crime.
Started a fire.
Yes.
Started a riot.
Started a riot.
Much like the song suggests. Anything else to add other than fire, riot?
We broke into a house.
We broke into the house of the mayor of the city, who may or may not have a an artifact that we need to open or to gain access to the big city that has the next curse item that we need to get.
He either has it or he knows where it is.
Yeah. We put the guards at the front, Marsh put the guards at the front door to sleep. No, was it Marsh asleep, or was it
Definitely Marsh. Andrus does not have sleep.
Okay, so yeah, Marsh put the guards at the door to sleep, instead of us having to, put them to sleep via more aggressive means. Then we went upstairs, heard someone talking on the other side of a door, and Naroke, in usual Naroke fashion, opened up the door.
Yeah, correct. So quickly paraphrase, you guys got off the Highland Blush that had docked at Greenspire. There were some crabs there that you beat the heck out of.
Ah, yes, the giant crabs.
We did fight giant crabs.
Yeah.
And then ate a giant crab.
And then you ate the whole, I think the city ate really well on crab meat that day. Because you decided to haul a giant crab back. And then everyone thought that was a brilliant idea. And so they too hauled giant crabs back.
Also, we told the Highland Blush to take
Circle
off
the
and
block,
come back for us in
basically.
a couple weeks.
That's right. Make themselves scarce.
So
Just
that way,
in case.
when the heroes who are undoubtedly still pursuing us show up, the ship they paid for is not sitting in dock.
Correct. Andrus talked to you guys a bit about getting into the city of Elderborough. And then you got some rumors that some weird shenanigans were sort of happening in town. Decided to check out the mayor's manor. And then riots, crimes, breaking in, doors opening, just like you said.
Oh yeah, we also learned about the Hypnotoad, which apparently the best strategy to defeat it is stab it in the eye.
Right, the Hypnotoad. How could I forget about that?
As Mel's scribbling into her notes, like, oh yeah, I need to stab at the Hypnotoad.
Stab in eye? Question mark. This is what happens when you guys make me think of things on the spot. I just like shamelessly steal from other pop culture references because I think it'd be cool if you fought a giant hypnotoad. So moving on. Nighttime, dark in the manor. You quickly ascended the stairs because I believe sleep lasts only a couple minutes.
Like a minute, as I recall.
Yep,
Okay.
1 minute.
Or until we wake them.
And Marsh, really quickly, correct me if I'm wrong. Did you cast Detect Magic at some point?
I don't think in the scope of this mansion.
Okay.
I did on the ship, but I don't think I casted it yet in the mansion.
All right. I had a memory of you using it here in the house, and then I couldn't quite figure out why I thought that. Couldn't back it up with hard facts.
Unless I maybe just forgot to mark down I casted that spell. But yeah, I don't think I casted it.
Okay, perfect. All right. So then, with the rush of the sleeping guardsmen that you so gently laid down on the floor, you ascended the stairs up to the top floor of the manor and heard the pacing and the pitter-patter and just the frantic voice of an old man and Naroke. You open the door, and there, in the bright light of the room, a tall, elderly human he's got like a bright white comb over, quite bald otherwise. He's in a very nice sort of formal black kind of pajamas. And he stops his pacing and just scared as all get out is looking straight at you. And he's just kind of like stunned out of whatever mood he was in. And he's stuttering like, what are you doing in here?
Are you the mayor?
No, I'm not the mayor. How did you get in here?
The door.
The mayor?
Where is
The
he?
mayor is sleeping. Excuse me.
I asked where, not what.
Why should I tell you where? Where are the guards?
Are we gonna make
Also
him
sleeping.
sleep too? Do you want to sleep?
Are you asking him if he wants to sleep?
Like, where's the mayor? Sleeping. That's another my question. What? Who is it? Where are the guards? Sleeping.
I think I would actually bring it up. It's like I'm trying to be like slightly threatening.
Okay. I'm dressed for it, but I'm not ready. You guys need to leave right now. He's gonna approach you, Naroke. I imagine you stepped in.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So
Can we hear the sound of the riot outside?
from where you are in the house, no, because you've gone all the way down to the hallway. You know that the room at the very end is the mayor's, so that takes you on the opposite end of the front entrance, and you are the door right by, like, adjacent to the end of the hallway. So I don't think you can hear the riot outside.
There seems to be a riot outside. That might be more important than you're sleeping. Also, where's the mayor?
The mayor is getting his rest. I have no reason to tell you anything. You need to leave the manor at once. He's trying to look threatening, but you're very tall compared to him.
I'm 8. How tall is this guy? Because I'm 8'2", I think.
You are, yeah, I imagine he's somewhere in the realm of like encroaching on 5'8", in black silk pajamas. Like he's. Doesn't have a
Meanwhile,
lot
I'm just
going
kind of
for him.
looming over him and just like.
I'm just gonna step out from behind Naroke. Be like, listen, the scolding us obviously isn't going to get us out of here anytime soon. The best way for you to get what you want, which I assume is a good night's sleep, is to just tell us what we want to know, and then we'll get out of your hair.
What is your business with Mayor Willenby?
He
We
stole
think he
something
has
from us.
something that... Yeah, we think he has something that we need.
Stole something from you, you say? He's going to turn to you in a rope. Is that what you said?
Yep.
I can vouch for the character of Mr. Willenby, who has never laid a finger on anything that didn't belong to him. The mayor is very sick and is not able to entertain tonight. It is very late.
Insight check.
Yeah, roll me that.
It's a 10.
That's a 10. It seems completely plausible that the mayor might be sick, because you know from the guard and the crowds being like, yeah, he can't, he'll address him later. Give us time. It seems completely plausible that the mayor is unwell. He doesn't seem to blow in hot air.
So if the mayor is sick and is unable to entertain, why is there a riot outside waiting for him to give a speech?
I don't know. I know of no speech. I don't even know of a riot. You could be lying.
You could go check.
Just look out the window.
I'm pretty sure there's still things on fire.
I believe we could check, and we should check right now. I am escorting you off the premise. I don't know where the guards are.
I'm gonna stand there and let him try and escort me.
Yeah.
From the description, like he's an older man, and I don't think he's moving the 300 pounds of Naroke or the 300 pounds of Naroke's gear.
Oh no, you have your chest with you, don't you?
Always.
I totally imagine there's a little bit of that chain from that ridiculous amount of chain that you shoved in there in the chest, and he's gonna like grab onto it and try and pull you, and nothing budges.
I'm just gonna sit there and watch.
He's flustered and pulling it, and this is all wrong. Go on.
I'm gonna turn to oh shoot, what is her name?
Endress?
Endress, and be like, so what was the artifact that is missing?
It's a wooden carved totem, much like the one I showed you before. It's of a sort of stout, somewhat humanoid figure.
Gonna turn back to the old dude. I'm just gonna turn back to him. Who are you?
I am Mr. Huckins. I have served
Okay,
Mayor
Huck.
Willenby.
Have you seen an item like what was described?
I don't know.
Well,
I can't seem to recall. Maybe if you come back another day.
well,
Not happening.
the biggest issue is you said your mayor's sick, right?
Yes.
If we don't take that item off his hands, he's not gonna get any better.
It's gonna
So
kill him.
should it probably be in the mayor's best interest we relinquish said item before he might not be able to wake up again.
What?
Unless you want to
You're-
kill the mayor. That is one way of stating the coup.
The town
like-
wants to kill the mayor.
I'm sorry.
That too.
Who are you? And he's gonna turn to you, Marsh. And like what you said about taking the item seems to really like kind of perk him up, and he's addressing you solely.
I'm trying. Marsh is trying to remember what his nickname was.
Swamp.
Swamp. Yeah.
Marsh was Swamp.
I think about it for like an awkward amount of seconds, and then I reply, name Swamp.
Swamp. That's a interesting one. Interesting fellow, I suppose. Swamp. Remind me again what you had just said about his illness and taking that off his hands, and elaborate for me.
I don't know if it's much more complicated than that. If you have it in your possession too long or you're too close to it, it gets you sick or cursed. I'm not entirely too sure which one.
Gonna
Probably.
just looking down, and just you hear a quiet, "Oh no."
Do I hear him say, "Oh no"?
Yeah, he's not like trying to keep it from you. It's just like a more to himself. Like fuck.
I'm going to lean down so that I'm on eye level with him.
Oh no, what?
Oh no, I left the stove on. Now please get out. I won't ask you again.
Good, because we're tired of hearing it. Now, about this thing that might have gotten your boss sick.
Also, if you call the guards, I will have to put you to sleep. So probably don't do that.
All right, so now that you've kind of threatened him in a in a subtle way, He'll say
Subtle-ish.
subtle-ish.
Ish.
Big
Very
ish.
Sleep. If I show you the mayor, and I will accompany you,
Mhm.
will you please leave?
Eventually.
We just need that
the
item.
artifact. Which,
Um,
on account of your, oh no, I left the stove on. My guess is you know where that item is, or
Yeah,
at least
if you
that
take
it is
us-
in his possession.
If you take us to the mayor, that will start the sequence of events that leads to us leaving this house. I can guarantee that.
very well. Very well. He's gonna like do up a couple of the buttons that were undone on his little silk pajamas in some form of modesty, and
Naroke will stand back up. Thanks, Huck.
scurries out of the room, giving you some side eye there.
Following after him.
And he'll grab a key from his pocket and unlock the door that was at the end of the hallway. The lights are off. And he will open it up to it's a much bigger room than Huckin's room. There's a kind of a lavish 4-poster bed. There's bookshelves. There's desks. Large kind of green ornate rug. And a figure sleeping in the bed of this room. Lights are off. And Huck will... Thanks, Naroke. You'll be calling him Huck. He'll go off immediately to the side of the dark room, and he'll fiddle around with an oil lamp, and it brightens the room considerably.
So what does this poor mayor look like? How bad a shape is he in?
So
And is he dead yet?
The mayor, if you guys are going to get a look over, you can see that his breathing is very labored. There's an older kind of human male, not old like Huckins, but I don't know, starting to go gray. And he's in just some comfy, I don't know, white-ish pajamas himself. His eyes are closed. He's got his hands sort of clasped over his chest. There's some sweat on his brow. He looks very feverish. He does not stir when you guys come into the room, or when the light goes on from the oil lamp. Here's the mayor. This is the best I can do. Go on.
Do you not know where the little wooden totem is?
I can't say that I do. It was removed from this household.
Where? Also, that is very pertinent information. Very relevant.
I assure you, I do not know where.
Does the mayor know?
If I had to place money on anything, I would say the mayor's daughter might know where it is, but she hasn't been seen either.
Well, I guess I'll just kind of start just digging around the mayor's things. And just looking for papers or maps or something like that as he's speaking.
While you're doing that, Naroke's going to be much less subtle and just walk up and shake the mayor.
All right, so the mayor in your strong grip is exactly like a ragdoll, you heathen. Like, head flopping, there's no resistance at all.
Okay.
And he does not stir from that, what should be a very rude awakening. And Huckins is just super upset with you.
You don't say.
Kind of try to hit your side a little bit to get you to stop. I'm sure you don't feel it at all.
Not even remotely. We all know what Naroke's about.
And Marsh, if you're you just want to search the room.
Yeah.
Okay. It's your. Roll me a perception check. Let's see what you see.
Boop. That is a 14. Not bad.
14. All right. So I imagine you kind of are checking out sort of like the shelves, things that would have knickknacks and what have you.
Yep.
There's like an antique looking globe that looks really expensive. You know, some first edition crazy books, but you're not seeing anything that matches the description of the totem you're looking for. There's Go on.
I guess I would, if there's no totem, I would keep an eye out for notes or something like that, like letters or notes or something like that. Maybe that could give us some clues.
Yeah, absolutely. So you continue to search. Dominic, what are you doing?
I am assisting Marsh with the search much more subtly.
Okay. Naroke, are you trying to distract Huckins by like beating up the mayor?
I'm not beating up the mayor, just attempting to just trying to wake him up.
Excellent.
I'm gonna look over to Endris because I'm sure she's also in the room.
She's at the door of the room, like just a little hesitant to go in.
Can you tell if he's cursed?
And Endris will come on up. Do.
Because from what you've told us, the little statue thingies, if you have them, they curse you. So if he's cursed, then at least some relevance of he had it.
I follow what you're saying. Give me 1 second.
And she's gonna like touch her finger to his brow and like lick it and go, "That is a curse."
Flavor testing curses. Gotta love it.
So,
Sure, why not?
I'm gonna look at it as like,
so what does a curse taste like?
It's like purple and burning, I guess. It's hard to explain.
No, I mumble. No, I think I get it.
Nick, could you give me a perception check real quick while this is
Sure.
happening?
That's an 11.
11. All right. You find like a really beautiful pair of earrings on like a table by the door there. And Marsh, as you're going about, you can see what is probably his desk with a bunch of like frantic notes kind of recently being written.
Yeah,
They're dated recently.
I just take those.
Okay, cool. What are you
Can
gonna
I
do with the earrings?
Sleight of hand pocket the earrings?
Oh, heck yes, if you want to.
Sure thing, okay.
Huck's probably very distracted by the fact that we're looming over the mayor.
If
Good,
you're-
because I rolled
yeah.
a 12.
Oh, yeah, because Endris has confirmed that, like, this tastes like a curse and whatnot, Huckins is not paying attention to you at all,
Okay, good.
and those earrings are yours.
Yay. I'm just gonna put earrings in my inventory real quick.
So, Endris, can you, uncurse him? Curse?
Remove curse?
That's the one.
I can certainly try.
Maybe then he can curse where his daughter went.
And so Endris will kind of like, she's quite short, she'll hop up onto the bed, and with her hands kind of splayed over his chest, she'll start mumbling sort of what sounds like a prayer to you, Naroke. Just gonna roll that wild surge. Because wouldn't that be hilarious?
It would.
All right. 16.
Wild
She
Surge
does not-
accidentally just fireball him point blank range on his bed.
And we all die. That's how that works, right?
End of campaign.
Good job, everyone. You killed the mayor.
It was always on
Right.
the table.
So, oh god. As she's chanting, the white sort of glow kind of appears from her hands and lingers and spreads over his body, and she chants a little bit louder, a little harder, and it spreads a little further. And then when she pulls away, the mayor is still sleeping. He still is kind of sweaty. His breathing's a little less labored, but it's not like he suddenly looks, like 110%. He's still out.
Yeah.
And she'll kind of pull back and be like, I think that's the best I can do. He should be better.
Good.
And I'm going to shake the mayor again.
Oh my god. And receive another tongue lashing. Like, what are you doing? He is very sick. Put him down.
What
No,
else can I
he was
steal
very
while
cursed.
while the butler's distracted by this?
Oh my gosh.
There
Okay.
was an ancient globe where I was looking. I didn't take it. I don't know how big it is though.
The globe's actually quite big. Yeah, and do you want to check that out, either of you?
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
check out the globe. See if it's one of those ones with a bar inside.
I'm going to. Can I look? Is this like a desk with like cupboards? Can I look in the cupboards?
Yeah, you can definitely look in the cupboards.
Yeah. I think that'll be the last thing I look in. Is I'll check if there's anything like inside the desk.
Okay. There's a really ornate bangle in the drawer of the desk, and then a bunch of quills and ink pods, and it just seems like a pretty boring work desk. It's a pretty kind of like rose gold bangle.
I guess I'll just kind of maybe like leave it open, maybe for others to see, and then I guess I will finish my search.
Okay. And Dominic, the globe is indeed a bar globe. There.
Sick.
some-
Anything good in it?
There's like a half-empty bottle. Definitely looks homemade because it's got like a clumsy homemade label of something called Kraken. And then
Is it black and viscous?
it's black and viscous.
Not
And
touching that.
And then a tall bottle of something clear, and then another kind of amber-looking tall bottle that looks like rum.
Nothing that looks particularly interesting or expensive, though.
Nope.
All right, closing the globe.
Crack
Gonna
will fuck
swing.
you up, though.
Gonna swing by that open drawer, though.
And in that open drawer is a beautiful ornate rose gold bangle.
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
Naroke is great as an elaborate
19.
distraction.
Yeah,
With a nat
it's,
one on the other side, hot damn.
Yeah, with a 19, he doesn't even know you're there. Yeah. And Endris, for that fact, had no idea that you were pilfering about the room.
Well, we got these notes to read. I guess I'll quietly say to the party, maybe we can figure out where the artifact is. Maybe I'm actually just saying that to Nick, just considering that I think
Naroke's busy.
yeah, Naroke's busy.
Yeah, so you indeed have something that looks sort of like not a bound diary, but like a loose diary sort of entries. And
Yeah.
Naroke, you shaking the mare still, like I would say it rouses him for maybe a half second. His eyes kind of flicker, and then maybe a moan or two, but he's still out.
He is a very sound sleeper. Does he normally sleep this soundly?
And oh, you're such a bitch. Yes, especially when he's not being shaken half to death. Will you stop that?
I'm gonna take a look at those notes.
Sure. Yeah, I pass them over.
Okay, just sift through those real quick.
Absolutely.
Focusing on entries from the last couple of days.
Fair enough. Boop, boop, boop. The last couple of days, can you guys see the notes that are up in Roll20?
I
Yes.
can see some.
The last couple of days would be 5 and 6, but you
Okay.
have 1 through 6 at your disposal. Are you guys able to scroll, or am I the
Yeah,
ruler of that
we can.
function?
Each of us can individually interact, but
Beauty. Okay. So, Naroke, now that Endris has done what she thinks she can do, and the mare is still not rousing, what are you doing while the other two are checking over the notes?
Notice probably actually, how stubborn is Naroke with trying to wake this guy up? That is the question. Where's my character sheet? Naroke. Come on. You can do it. There we go. So Naroke's gonna kind of like water that wakes people up, and he's gonna go looking. Is there like a glass of water or like
a fish tank or something in this room?
God.
Odds or evens?
Odds.
Yeah, there is indeed a fish tank in this room.
Neat. Naroke's gonna grab like a tankard out of his chest and just gonna go over and scoop up water. It's like, bloosh.
You son of a gun. All right, so now with like the water onslaught, the mayor's body is gonna sort of convulses a bit strong, but kind of putter, and he begins to cough as the disgusting fish water enters his mouth. And he's not wide awake. It's not like a cold, water shower, but his eyes are open, even though they're half lidded, and he kind of looks and what is going on?
I'm just gonna like kind of squat down beside his bed, so I'm probably how tall is his bed?
His bed is not very tall. I'd say it comes up to like the bottom of your shins. It's like a 4-poster bed, but it's very low on the ground.
Okay, so basically gonna squat down. So I'm probably still looming over him at that point.
You have a little statue thing. Where is it? It is important. It's what's been killing you.
Yeah, Naroke sounds like the daughter took it out of the city.
God damn it.
Do you know where your daughter is then?
Wilma?
Yeah.
She's gone.
Yeah, where?
She didn't say where.
Also, he's kind of racist, if that helps.
I still haven't actually read the
Yeah,
diary.
that's fair.
I read it, but I think I read it out of character, so I'll be mostly quiet.
Yeah, Naroke hasn't actually read it in person, so.
Where would she go?
No, don't fall asleep, and you can pat him on the face a little bit. Like, it's not hard, just like pat.
Yeah,
Fall asleep on me. Where did she go?
the tailors, perhaps. I don't know.
The ones you closed?
Yes.
Why would she go to the tailor you closed? They're closed.
She's fond of that boy. She was fond of that boy. Might still be. I'm so tired.
Well, yeah, you got cursed by the little statue thing that your daughter has, which means she's cursed.
Do
Where
you know
is
where
she?
Do you know where that boy is? Maybe he knows if we can find him.
He didn't make it back from the expedition.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
Is that Mildred's boy?
No, that's Mizo. Poor Mizo.
So, Mildred's boy and the tailor boy did not make it back.
That was supposed to be a secret.
You've just
Oh,
woken up, it's
dear.
fine.
Keeping secrets.
I got some great advice for you about secrets. If you want them to stay secret, don't write them down.
But we don't really have much reason to tell people about that, so...
I don't know about that.
Blackmail
okay.
is a wonderful
Spite's a good
tool.
reason.
Nick was making friends with all the town gossips.
Yeah, we learned that Cadence is banging the blacksmith.
That's right, Coral.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find some use for that information at some point.
It's a key to one of these puzzles.
You can sort of tell Naroke. He does seem concerned. The news that she might be cursed for grabbing this totem does upset him. Like, his body kind of visibly reacts to it, but he's so unwell that he's not able to get up and be really of any help to you.
All right,
and
I think this is all we're really gonna get out of him.
Yeah, maybe there's some clues in Wilma's bedroom or something. but outside of that, I don't know how much
Good
more we
idea.
could get. in here.
Huh. Where's Wilma's bedroom?
And Huck, the entire time that you've been sort of accosting the mayor, once he starts to rouse, he kind of moves around the edge of the bed and has pushed Endress out of the way, and he's just like holding onto his hand and like stroking and whispering sweet nothings into his ear, not in a
Aw.
creepy way, but like yeah, it's supposed to be in an awe kind of way.
Just a little
and-
off.
Just a little awe. And he'll say, across from mine. And
Thank
it's,
you.
it's okay, Willenby. And he's like just trying to like dab his brow, get the sweat off, kind of tend to him now that he's awake.
He should
Well,
be
they're
moderately
busy.
less dying now.
Yeah, I think we made it better. Bye now, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna let this homoerotic moment lie and go across the hall.
Just close the door behind us
He
on the
doesn't
way.
Yeah.
respond.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll close the door behind us on our way out.
All right.
Oh yeah, I pick up my tank and put it back in my chest.
You might want to rinse it out. When you leave the door, Endress is like, well, that was weird.
That was
You ain't
weird on
seen
multiple
nothing yet.
levels, yeah. It fucked vibes, I think is the word for it.
I thought it
Okay.
was kind of sweet.
Let's check out the girl's bedroom. I think I have an inkling of where this is going. I think she probably went looking for her boy.
Yeah,
Well, if he's dead, then
or dead or lost or
well, he
maybe he's
quote
okay.
unquote didn't make it back. Usually means dead. Or left for
Maybe they
dead.
just left.
Could have been
Maybe they
both.
just left him behind.
Tied to a tree.
That
Or
would
in a
be
bear
very
trap.
subtle. Ooh. Yeah.
So you guys are going into Wilma's room.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just walk up and gunk, open up.
All right. Dark as night. You had a torch, correct, Dominic?
Oh boy, do we have torches.
Oh yeah, pull up the
What a
purple torch.
I have my hooded lantern, but
That's what it
also
was.
also Marsh has many torches.
I
And
also
I
don't
have
think
three.
I also don't think I untied the torches from Raptor.
Okay, the hooded lantern was what I was thinking. Yes, you have many torches if you
Torches for
wanted.
days.
Just so
Especially on
you do
account
have a
of their
source. Of light.
Everburns.
Yeah. Whoops. Why wouldn't you ransack the castle? Bully on me for not thinking that. Yeah, so the room, Wilma's room, much smaller than her father's, but still big, but simply furnished. Bed, desk, bookshelves, carpet. Nothing stands out right away.
There's a desk. The last desk worked out pretty well.
Yep. Let's rifle through the desk to start.
Is there night tables?
Oh, a night table? There's also a night table. Yep, like a bedside table there.
Yeah,
Actually,
sure,
you said
go
there
and
was a
look at-
bookshelf?
There's a bookshelf.
Okay, I am going to check the bookshelf to see if there's a book that looks like it's been removed particularly frequently. Because if she's got any letters from her boy, they're probably in one of those.
Whoa, give me a perception check, all of you, since I think you're all going through. But, whew.
Snoopy.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. What the age? Okay. What do we got for the rest of you?
21.
21. And,
Naroke
and-
has found a
and
night
8.
table.
All right. So, Naroke, that night table, man, it has like a tall glass of water. Just a tall, nice glass of water on it. And you're like, wow, that water is crystal
This is a
clear.
nice glass of water.
It's been there for a couple of days.
It's got kind of that dusty flavor from water that's been sitting, but
How many days old is that water?
That water has been sitting there for at least a couple days.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this episode should probably be called Naroke Gets a Parasite.
Standing water.
it's okay. You got Endress.
I've also got my own healing stuff.
That's true. I don't know if remove parasite is a thing in 5e. Or
Yeah. Naroke gets amoebic dysentery.
Oh,
that'll slow you guys way down.
way down.
We'll just
Okay.
We'll just get
We'll
the
do the
assless
book-
chaps.
Ew. Stop
Just
it.
keep distracting the DM until they can't play any. anymore.
You know, I used to like assless chaps, but now I'm seriously reconsidering it. Dominic,
Yes.
bookshelf. You have a very
Yes.
clear idea in mind. I like it, and with your hooded lantern, it doesn't take long for you to indeed see. There was a thin layer of dust, and along one book, the dust is like disturbed. Just a
All right,
line.
I'll pull that book.
Okay. It's a book called The Guiding Light. Just let me write that down.
As the DM makes some stuff up on the spot.
Yeah, it's pretty worn, kind of a ratty book, and it's actually a children's book, just filled with many different like parables and little stories and what have you.
That's
There's-
adorable. I'll flip it open.
Doesn't you know what? You're flipping through, and on the last page, there is a little note that says. It says it will be lost to the sea.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's all that you can find in that particular book.
Does it look? It's handwritten.
It is handwritten. Yeah. Not dated or anything. Not signed. Actually, no. There's a elegantly scrawled W in the bottom.
Okay.
Drive it home. And Marsh, you're checking out the desk.
Yep.
It is filled to the brim with bad poetry. It's just really angsty teenage girl stuff. Or boy stuff. It'd be teenage people stuff in general. Kind of reflecting my own teenagehood on this. Just some crazy poetry.
I'm just really on the fence whether I just like take a handful or leave it. I think I'll leave it, but I was close. Yeah, well, I didn't find much. Just some literature. Poetry kind.
Ooh, I grabbed for the poetry.
It's not great. It's like, do you want an excerpt, or are you just
I'm looking for the boy's name.
the boy's name? Oh, yeah, that's, you know what, that's easy enough because he's kind of
Easy.
well, yeah. So you see a lot of entries pertaining to a Samile, Samile.
Okay, confirm some things.
Yeah.
No. Any good quotes?
No, but like a lot of rhyming Samile with feel and
Okay. Never
deal
mind.
and kneel.
Bad enough
Yeah.
to make Emily Dickinson vomit.
That's.
Ooh. Oh.
Do you guys feel like perusing the rest of the manor? Are you happy with what you have here? The world is your oyster. I will say the guards are probably long since up by now.
Yeah, we should probably do a leave.
There
I
was
don't think we're gonna find much else here.
Yeah.
What's up,
There was a,
Naroke?
So as player, not as idiot Naroke, we do have mention of the lighthouse that is going to be torn down, and we've got the book that what was the book called?
It will be lost to the sea.
No, that was the quote in the book. What was the book title?
Oh, the book was called The Guiding Light.
The Guiding Light,
Oh.
which is of a lighthouse, which is to be torn down, which is also where the blacksmith boys died. But it may be worthwhile checking out the lighthouse and seeing if perhaps that was a meeting place that her and Samil had gone to on like when she would sneak out, because teenagers, they're gonna sneak out.
Yeah, they're gonna sneak out.
So that may be somewhere where they have been going to, and considering where she's hidden the book and it will be lost to the sea, kind of coincides.
Yeah, I think we check out the lighthouse.
Yeah, I think don't think there's too much more to do in this mansion. Maybe we could ask some of Samiel's family members, but I think the lighthouse is a little bit more of a pressing search. So,
Also, we
yeah.
should probably check out the tailor's shop.
Ugh.
And so while you guys are discussing this, Endress is again in the doorway. She only followed you in because Naroke, you asked her to do something.
Yeah.
And she's sort of like hopping from one foot to the other and looking kind of concerned. And like, guys, they're stirring downstairs and there's some loud banging on the door. We really should get going.
Yeah, we should leave.
Yeah.
And
We're doing a leave.
Okay. Do we march out the front door like we own the place?
No.
Jump out the window.
I think we try to go out the back door.
Okay.
Where we came in.
Right. Down the hall.
Down the hall, down the stairs, out the back door?
Yeah, but at the front door where the two guards that you harassed, they're still there.
We didn't harass them. We just gave them a nap.
Gave them a nap. So they're up. And they're like actively, both of them pushing against the door that is kind of like banging from the riot outside.
Is there any large furniture in this room that they are like that we're currently in down at like on like the main level where they're trying to hold the door closed? Is there any large furniture?
Yeah, there's a very large mahogany grandfather clock. And benches for sure. A wardrobe for clothes.
The wardrobe's probably gonna be probably gonna be the sturdiest. Not gonna say anything to them as I walk over and just try and like grab the wardrobe and walk it over and set it in front of the door. Just no explanation to them. Just kind of like if I had to kind of like nudge them out of the way with it and just like put it and push it against the door.
100%. Before you as you're walking to the wardrobe itself, are you trying to be quiet until you grab the wardrobe? Are you strolling down like
it's
ain't
Naroke.
no thing?
Subtlety is not his forte.
All right.
Not to mention,
as they probably turn to look at him, I'm just gonna be going like, "Capital job, fellas. Don't worry, we're here to help." Just leave it at that.
Also, Naroke's been walking around. The clap of his ass cheeks probably alerted them while he was still upstairs.
No, that's true. One of them looks a little flushed in the face. Okay, yeah, so they definitely notice, and as they're kind of bracing the door, they look to you, but neither one wants to stop you because they are actively trying to keep this door from breaking open.
Well, yeah, they're like, "Oh, the door's opening." So,
like, what in the world? Like, I imagine they're just shocked as you are then grabbing this wardrobe and nudging them out of the way, and they let it go. And then Nick, with your like capital job, I think it's the first like words of praise they've gotten all night, and they've just been freaked out, and they're not really sure what's going on. So that totally assuages them.
Well, especially on account of they randomly fell asleep and then probably woke up very confused from a nap with the doors being broken open.
Oh yeah, I imagine they're like, "We are in so much trouble," and then you're like, "Good job, boys. You know, really doing a good job there." So they're taking it and they're running with it. Are you back up?
Yes,
No.
absolutely. Hawkins sent us.
Yes. Good. Well, carry on. We will continue to guard the door here.
We'll check the back.
Righto.
Make sure none of them are trying to get in.
How did we forget about the back? Like, they're just like, we're idiots.
Yeah, so they now have the wardrobe there to help brace that door, and yeah, we'll do a leave.
And we'll do a leave.
Delightful.
Because otherwise, like the way I'm thinking of it as like players, like either we're gonna try and sneak past them, which it's Naroke, that's not a thing.
You got a
it's
chest.
Like if I make it look like I'm supposed to be here, we'll be fine.
A
for
clipboard
sure.
and a confident wave will get you out of any situation in the world.
Freaking fun story that I can derail because I'm the DM. I've snuck it into a concert before because I wore my theater blacks and I had my wrench with me, and I was like, I'm trying to find the backstage entrance, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's right this way." Like, I looked like one of the stage hands.
Excellent job.
So you can absolutely, if you act like you're supposed to be there and you have a job to do and whatnot, it can get you places. Anyways, crimes aside,
To a different crime.
you guys get out. Yeah, for sure. Down the way you came, through the back entrance, and you're outside. The guard presence, much like before, seems to be all at the front of the building. And you hear like the loud shouting of the guard captain Plata that you greeted you on the beach, and he's like, "Hey, yous! I'm not gonna tells you again. I'm authorized to be using the force, and I don't wanna."
I don't want.
So
Uh,
there's, yeah, the captain is there now.
So do we just kind of leave this situation as is, or do we attempt to defuse it? I'm inclined to just leave.
Not a problem anymore.
Yeah,
It's
the
not
mayor's
really our
awake.
problem.
The mayor could chat it out with the town if he wants now.
Well, not only that. It's like, at this point, it's not our problem. We have the information we require, or at least we have a direction to take information that we have obtained, and like we could try and find the tailors in the massive horde, but I don't feel like walking up to every single one of them being like, "Are you the tailor? Are you the tailor?"
I think the tailor is currently stuck in a bear trap in the woods.
Well, no, because the tailor, or Smil is the boy, but I assume he has family. There hasn't been any mention of him being an orphan.
There also
Just
hasn't
that
been
he
any
looks like the
mention of
devil.
him having family.
It's true.
I just
Sold his
assumed he'd have
tax.
some family.
Um,
But yeah, no, it doesn't seem like any of us are really inclined to stick around.
Yeah, no. This
The
will
guards
sort
have it under
itself
control.
out. We've got stuff to do.
the guards have it under control. We helped.
We closed the door.
Yep, we barricaded the door to prevent them from ransacking the front door of the manor.
What a bunch of good scoundrels you are. So I imagine you're heading back to because the mayor's place is sort of on the outskirts of town, and like say the inn where you're gonna stay is kind of towards the docks, more central in town. Do you plan on carrying on? It's quite late in the evening.
I say we go to
I
the
don't know,
lighthouse
do we-
because
I say,
hey,
yeah, let's check out the lighthouse. The tailor shop isn't gonna yield much in the middle of the night, but the lighthouse is definitely something to check out.
Okay, Andress is gonna. She's flat out asking like, can I sit this one out? I'm quite tired. That spell takes a lot out of me.
Yes, of course. You should probably head back to the inn.
Go ahead,
Okay.
have a nap. We'll need you at full capacity for next round.
Good luck.
All right. Okay. Are you sure you're gonna be okay?
It's just a lighthouse.
Famous
What's the
last
I'll
worst?
be
words.
fine.
It's the worst that could happen.
Okay. I will head into town then. I'll see some of you at the inn, maybe. Nah, I'm
Probably.
just gonna
See you in
awkwardly
the
kind
morning.
of go away.
What could happen at a lighthouse, says someone who has not seen the movie The Lighthouse.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie either. What's it about? My guess is there's a lighthouse involved. There's probably death.
Just going back to all the horror games I played, where the problem was it's just in the lighthouse.
It's just in the lighthouse. Well,
It's like, we just have to go to the bathroom. What could go wrong? Suddenly Resident Evil.
which one?
I can't remember which game it is where the entire thing is that you start in the bathroom and you keep going out and you keep getting sent back to the bathroom.
Oh god, that sounds amazing. I haven't played it. All right. So as you are passing by the Baca
Not
Manor
Silent
and you're
Hill,
going around
yeah.
to the side to do whatever crazy things you want to do, you can hear Plata again, and he's like, "Hey now, you lots needs to get yourselves home. There is a curfew in place, and yous all's violating the sanctity of it. Now scram, the lots of ya. The mayors will address yous tomorrow." And now the crowd, the angry crowd, it does seem to be sort of like dwindling. Plata's using his really angry voice, and the guard is kind of like in a line that's kind of pushed them back and is trying to throw more of their weight around. And it's slowly, super slowly thinning. Like some people at the back, at the sound of a curfew, being told there's a curfew, they're kind of scurrying off. Yeah. What are you guys gonna do?
We're going
I
to
guess
the
we're
lighthouse.
heading to the lighthouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's after curfew. That's fine. All the guards are back there at the manor. And if
Yeah.
they're not, they should get to the manor and deal with the horde that is trying to break
Yeah.
into the mayor's house.
If we run into any guards, our question is going to be, what the fuck are you doing here? There's a riot at the manor.
We're fine. What could go wrong?
Okay. Well, on your way to kind of the docks, you are indeed approached by a pair of guards, and they're gonna kind of look at you and be like, "Oh, you're new in town, eh? You run along to where you're staying tonight, okay? It's kind of crazy times."
What are you doing here? There's a riot up at the manor. The mayor sent us down here to patrol the docks while he calls all the guards up to the manor.
Did he now? Plata didn't mention none of that.
Plata's really busy.
Plata's currently yelling at the mob, so you
I'm
may want to
surprised
you
help
can't-
Plata deal with the mob before it gets violent.
I'm surprised you can't hear him from here.
Well, I suppose that's true, eh? But you no dawdling. You get yourselves back.
Never
Hey.
dawdled once in my life.
Don't plan on starting now. And they're gonna offer to like escort you back to the tavern. If you want an escort there.
Oh no, we can take care of ourselves, but thank you for the offer.
Okay. He's gonna kind of squint at you. He's not completely convinced, but
I'm just
Oh.
gonna reach up and pat Naroke's very large shoulder.
We'll be fine. Don't worry.
all right. And they'll continue on their curfew patrol, trying to corral people back into their homes. People that they're much more familiar with than you two. You four, sorry. Raptors here too, and Marsh, Swamp Marsh. Yeah. All right. So the lighthouse, you saw it before when you were on the beach, fighting those crabs. It is
Yep.
a tall, dark lighthouse. Unlike its namesake, there's no light coming from it at all. It looked decrepit during the day. It looks super spooky right now.
Well, let's go and check
Oh,
it out.
we're gonna get so much tetanus.
I don't know why, but I thought it'd just be like funny if we just turned the lighthouse on to freak out the town. And then I thought it's like, but why? There's like no game.
I mean, that doesn't mean that we can't try and turn it on before we leave.
Little
Yeah,
giggles.
that's true.
Lighthouse. You can understand why Willenby had desires to rebuild it and was happy that people would maybe stop playing around it, because it is quite literally falling apart. Up the tall spire, even in the dark of night, you can see parts where the stone has come loose and has like crashed down onto the ground, splitting into pieces and whatnot. It looks awful. The door to the lighthouse itself is boarded up.
Naroke is going to go and open the door. Boarded up means very little to him.
All right, so you're just like trying to. There's no handle, so I imagine you're grabbing the.
I'm
wood.
picturing a Kool-Aid Man situation.
Yeah, how
Yeah,
how
no,
are you
I-
trying to open this door?
Since there's no obvious handle to pull, I think Naroke would probably assume it's a push door.
All right, give me
Which means, yeah, he's going shoulder first into the door.
give me a strength check. I think I know where this is going.
Considering it's Naroke, either it's going to go the way it usually does for Naroke, or it's going to go horribly, horribly, horribly wrong.
We can only hope.
Only an 11.
An 11. All right, so the wood groans in agony, but does not yield, and you come away with like a couple weird splinters.
Oh.
A little uncomfortable. It also smells kind of moldy, the general area from the sea spray. And
Doing okay there, Naroke?
Naroke has an idea.
Uh-oh.
That's always dangerous.
Don't like that.
He's going to take his chest off and grab onto the handles of the chest, and he now is going to whoomp into the door with the chest.
like a battering
right, we
ram.
have
Like
a battering ram.
At some point
Marsh.
in time, I'm going to have to actually purchase a battering ram.
Do you want to chime in with any ideas, Marsh? Or are you gonna enable all of this?
Like, I don't know. Like, I was just trying to think of like ways to climb it from the outside in case we just ruin the inside. But yeah, I'm just kind of mainly just watching at the moment.
All right. I guess give me a battering ram check, which is akin to a strength check.
Would that be essentially athletics?
With oh, you know what? Yeah, let's do athletics. A little bit more.
A 23 or a 24?
Yeah, I knew I wasn't going to give you advantage, but it didn't matter. Well, I say it takes like a good solid 5 like swings with this makeshift battering ram, but the wood does start to yield,
Okay.
and you can hear like the wood not quite splinter so much because it's kind of damp, so it's not like cracking dry wood, but it starts to give, and bits of the wood kind of flake away and whatnot. And you are left with a solid brick door. So you have cleared the wooden section of it being boarded off, and it looks like it was also recently boarded off with brick and mortar behind that wood.
I think. Do we have a grappling hook?
I have a grappling hook.
Got a lot of rope. Yeah, I mean,
Do I want to climb the rotten tower is the thing. I feel like that only ends badly.
Do you want to climb it at night?
Yeah, do I want to climb the rotting lighthouse that might not have any floors at night?
I don't know. I just like hand you a handful of ever burning torches.
Naroke seeing like he's now got like this like brick wall. He's gonna take a lap around the lighthouse because there's like I assume the party would have told Naroke like what was in the diary essentially.
Yeah, we filled them in.
Yeah.
So it's like kids have been playing here and playing on it, so there's a way in. And so he's gonna do a loop around to see maybe like is there just like a hole in the wall somewhere?
Yeah, is there a child-sized hole?
Child-sized hole. Why don't you all give me some perception checks?
Sure. 13.
Those are my favorite kind.
6.
16.
Yeah, weirdly enough, Naroke is the most perceptive.
It's not that weird.
I'm kind of picturing the lot of you just like dispersing and going your own weird ways, and like maybe Naroke, you're kind of tapping weirdly at the wall, listening for some sign of something. You know, Marsh, you're probably getting real low, checking out the dirt and whatnot. And there does not seem to be an obvious way into this lighthouse. The diary you read alluded to kids getting hurt around here, but you're not sure how. If they got hurt inside, if they got hurt from falling debris outside. There's no clear hole. There's no clear like debris pile that you could climb up. Nothing that's giving away how to get inside.
Maybe like it was boarded up recently. I guess maybe I'll do an investigation to see how long the brick's been there for. So I'll just throw out an investigation roll.
Yeah, absolutely.
Non-natural 20.
Non-natural 20. So it looks to be that this wasn't boarded up super recently, considering
Okay.
the state of the wood being sort of mildewy and not in its prime. It's not so old that it crumbled when like Naroke banged at it like with a shoulder and stuff. It's still held, but it's got that kind of that seafair kind of greening kind of happening in the wood and whatnot. It's not super new.
Well, there goes that theory. Huh.
Naroke is gonna take his crowbar and see if he can just like take out a couple of bricks and basically just force his way in.
Go ahead.
Guys, I'm gonna throw out the possibility that if we can't get in here, a teenage girl probably cannot as well.
Well, unless she climbed up the wall, but I don't think that's advantageous for me to try.
I'm tempted of just maybe going like trying the grappling hook. Like I'll volunteer if I have to, and then just checking out the top, like not the inside, but just the top.
Again, if we can't get up there without a grappling hook, a teenage girl can't either.
Unless she has a grappling hook.
Yeah, maybe she was a teenager with a grappling hook. You can get a whole bunch of shenanigans with that.
Also, if her and said boy would be here in secret, not having an easy way in so people can't accidentally stumble upon them probably makes sense.
All right, Marsh, you want the grappling hook?
I am not too good at that crowbar. I'm just like, ding!
It bounces off.
Again, yeah, I'll be quick. I'll be
Alright.
quick. Like I won't investigate the entire lighthouse.
Okay, I'll hand Marsh the grappling hook.
All right. Marsh, I will say there's absolutely no way that you're grappling to the top of this thing because it's super tall. But you seeing that there was these fallen rocks that had splintered on the ground, you can see a spot that isn't as high up that you could feasibly get the grappling hook onto, like a decent enough hole.
Yep.
Just give me that. Yeah. I don't know, athletics.
Oh yeah. So
yeah.
Is this to throw the grappling hook or to
this
climb
is to
up
throw it?
Okay. Oh, so yeah, I'll try athletics 1 sec. 18.
All right. It's almost like this grappling hook was an extension of your body.
Hey.
I imagine Nick, you're kind of holding up the torch to help him a little bit while also staying like far enough back.
Yeah, Marsh with a sharp implement that he's swinging around on the end of a rope. I'm going to maintain a safe distance.
Love it. It's easy enough. It kind of slides down. The rope takes the grappling hook further in, and you tug on it and pull it back, and it clicks down onto the side of the lighthouse, and it seems pretty snug. You know, you give it a good...
Yep. I'll take a couple torches with me, just kind of like put them in my backpack or something, and then I'll try to climb it.
Hell yeah. It's up to you if you want athletics or acrobatics for the climbing.
Athletics. 11.
11. Yeah,
do you have
it's
advantage because of the grappling hook to help you climb?
Yeah,
or?
let's do advantage because there's a hook there.
19.
19. So the side of the lighthouse itself is kind of slippery in between the mortar and stuff. There's lots of moss because moss is amazing and will grow anywhere. And there's like the residual sea spray and stuff. So it's a perilous kind of trek to get up there, but you do manage to hoist yourself up. And I'm kind of picturing you like leaning the lighthouse is kind of on your stomach as you're leaning in.
Yep. So yeah, I'll just kind of lean in and take a look.
It's dark. It's super dark.
I will.
It's got torches.
Yeah, I will. Get. I'm really sure I have one of these, a normal torch. Yeah, okay. I have a normal torch. I'll just light the normal torch and kind of like hold it in. Does that really like not really like show off too much more?
So it helps in the general vicinity. So you can see darkness up, and it's still a long ways above you, and it doesn't light the ground floor that well, but it lights up enough that you can see on the other side of the lighthouse there is a spiral staircase that's going up and down. The descent from where you are, if you were to jump down in here, is probably like 20 feet before you would hit the staircase, and it would continue up.
Does it look like the stairs like could hold me without like me falling very immediately?
It seems like they should, because they're sturdy stone stairs, but from what the light of the torch can reveal, there is some section of stairs that's rotted and crumbled away.
What could go wrong?
My athletics isn't actually that great. I think what I want to do is I'm just gonna take one of my like ever-burning torches. I'm just gonna quickly tie either like a rope or a string to it, and I'm just gonna lower it down so I can see what's on the bottom of the lighthouse.
All right, yeah, definitely. That's easy enough to do. And as it's lowering, it's going like further and further, and you gotta eventually kind of like swing it out so it doesn't hit the stairs. and you see just this big circular room with some like rotted crates, it's looking like, and what seems like a rug on the floor. Part of the rug is sort of lifted up.
Secret
Okay,
room under the rug, which is probably
I-
also going to eat us.
I can actually. Here's what I think I probably want to do the most. I will, while I'm up here, I will do a survival check to see any sort of like disturbed debris or rocks, so I can determine if anyone's been here any time recently. So I
Hell
will
yeah.
just quickly do that. 4 natural 1.
Oh man. This isn't looking good, but it might be like no one's been here in a long time. There's no footsteps on the stairs. It seems really dusty.
Okay.
Yeah.
With that information and with the fact it doesn't look like I'm not actually amazing at jumping, so unless those jumps up the staircase look very easy, I will probably head back down. I'll just take another look at the staircase to just kind of like judge how hard those jumps are, but
I mean the straight down is like 15-ish feet, and that looks a little precarious. If you were to try and crouch on the sill and go for some like distance across, the jump is a little bit more manageable. Still kind of sketchy in the dark.
yeah, I think that's enough. I will climb the rope back down, take the grappling hook back, and just kind of like relay. It's like I didn't really see any signs of any people there recently, so I guess maybe this is a dead end.
Is Naroke able to take another swing at this door with his crowbar? Because I assume I've been probably like hammering at it while Marsh has been investigating the tower.
Yeah, go nuts. Take another stab at it.
15.
Your cat's paw. You manage to just break off like a large chunk of brick, and it feels really satisfying, but it doesn't remove the actual brick itself from its like mortared in position. So you're definitely chipping away at the facing of the brick there.
Well,
I
guess
wonder if
where's
anyone in town sells a ram.
I kind of mentioned it's like it didn't seem like there was too much down there, and even if you get down there, you still have you have to wrestle with the stairs, which isn't fun.
Yeah, I don't think if kids are playing around here, it's not in the lighthouse, it's around the lighthouse. Because if we can't get in here without significant effort, the chance a child could is probably pretty low.
So yeah, I'll just if Naroke seems done, I will like try to lean the door against the brick to kind of make it maybe seem slightly less obvious.
Well, I'm pretty
Maybe
sure
it
that door
won't-
is smashed to smithery.
Yeah, it's pretty smashed.
Yeah, I'll just like kind of
Put
just
some
try
of the
to
pieces
like
back in place.
yeah, just try to cover it a little bit.
Love it.
I know it's probably not gonna do anything, but just figure.
Not every bit helps, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's her face's name? Wilma?
Wilma. Yes. Willenby's daughter, Wilma.
Is everyone more or less like, yeah, we're kind of giving up on the lighthouse?
I
think
can think
so,
of
yeah.
I could think of one more thing to check, but it won't take very long. I'm just gonna try to look around the surrounding area for footprints and stuff or tracks. Just gonna do another survival check quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
11?
11. It's really hard to tell this late at night in the dark.
Yeah.
Like even with your torches and stuff, and with the water kind of like crusting in the area and like washing some stuff away, you're not seeing anything obvious right now.
Now I'm out of ideas.
So as we're kind of getting ready to head back to town, Naroke just kind of looked back at the tower and just kind of yelled. It's like, Wilma, if you're there, I'll answer.
It's really smart, but there's no answer. You just hear the
we'll come back
sounds of the
tomorrow.
sea.
Maybe someone in town has a ram.
I don't think we need to get into the lighthouse that bad.
I think this is more
Maybe
Naroke
not,
versus the
but
lighthouse
having a
than
ram
anything.
would still be advantageous for future prospects.
Yeah, fair enough. It's super late in the evening, so you guys are more than welcome to check other things out. But you can tell even from here, the town is quieted down. Probably something to do with that curfew being put in place from the guards.
I think we go to bed.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. We can do maybe a gossip hunt in the morning or something for if anyone's seen where the mayor's daughter went.
Kind of
Sounds
checking
good.
the rumor mill. Okay. Getting to the tavern, super easy. Tally's Tavern, as you recall. The gnome is still there working away. She looks exhausted. Like she's just dealt with like some of the most ridiculous emotions, like people so happy they've eaten the best crab of their life, and then people like livid over the riots in town. Like, what the hell happened? Today's been like a lot of ups and downs. She just looks exhausted.
We only had anything to do with one of those instances, and it was crab.
Yes. We had everything to do with the crab and absolutely nothing to do with the other thing.
With
I don't even
anything
remember what the
else.
other thing was.
We definitely didn't
What
start a
other
riot
thing?
or light garbage cans on fire
Marsh.
or break
Swamp,
into the
whatever.
manor.
No, that didn't happen at all.
Definitely
I
not.
believe Tally or you had already had your room keys.
Yes.
So there's bath. If you guys want a bath, you can just settle into bed.
Yeah, Naroke go and soak for a bit.
On your own time before your long rest, is there anything you guys needed to do prep wise? I don't recall if you had special, I don't know, hobbies or endeavors.
I do
I-
not.
I imagine Marsh is a little too tuckered out to come up with anything creative at the moment, so he's just gonna go to sleep probably.
Fair enough.
After Naroke's bath, he's probably going to change his spells, but
Okay. Yeah.
aside from that, nothing too exciting for long rest.
All right. And long rest you shall. If you expended anything, which I think you guys did, feel free to hit that button. 'Cause the
One
night-
spell.
Is super uneventful. It's very quiet. Even the inn downstairs is kind of, there's a lot of people, but they're all murmuring angrily, but not loudly. So it's a very subtle night. And then it's early morning, like when a knock awakes you, and you hear like, "This is Fella Rock. We're almost at Greenspire now. Ready yourselves and come out on deck." What do you guys do?
What?
Were we sleeping at the inn?
Naroke is going to very curiously wonder, was that actually water that he drank last night?
You are in your quarters on the Highland Blush, in the storage room.
Oh, don't care for this at all.
I go back to sleep.
All right, Marsh is going back to sleep.
It's more out of spite. I'm not actually going to sleep.
Fuck the world, I'm going back to bed.
So
Groundhog Day can kiss my ass.
I'm going to look at the other two, and do they look as confused as Naroke is?
I believe so. Do you guys? How's Raptor looking, Marsh?
Raptor is very usually unemotional, so he probably looks about the same as he normally does.
Okay. Yeah, you're all feeling like the weirdest sense of deja vu.
Did I actually end up taking anything? I want to look in. I want to look in Dominic's things, but I feel like that'd be bad. So
I am going to immediately check to see if the earrings and the bracelet I stole are still here.
The earrings and the bracelet are not there.
Fuck! I was really hoping to cheese the system there and amass an infinite amount of wealth.
start your business.
My
Just
God.
save scum my way through stealing everything.
Amazing.
I have to like really like separate like my like myself from my character right now. 'Cause It's like, I know what I want to do, but what will Marsh do?
I'm just gonna sit there, sitting up in bed, looking miserable, and go, "Did you guys go to bed last night in Greenspire too?"
I
Yes. We were at
Marsh
the
groans.
lighthouse.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
I don't think I Marsh doesn't normally drink, but Marsh now begins to wonder if he does. Hey, is the captain still at the door, or did he leave?
That was first mate Fellerock, and as soon as he gave you his message of "We're almost at Greenspire, ready yourself, come on out," you could hear him like trounce away.
Okay, so there's a distinct possibility that he knocked on the door and said, "Hey, we're getting up." He started to walk away, and in a matter of seconds, he heard "fuck."
He pays it no mind.
Naroke is going to get up and go and knock on Indris's room.
Right. Yeah, you know
follow.
where she's staying. And when you, I imagine you're knocking.
Yeah. And
And
Naroke
she's
has
gonna-
learned better than to just walk into a lady's room.
That's nice of you. She will open the door, and you, of course, look down on her because you are very tall, and she looks pale as fuck.
You
So
too?
you already been in the town too, right?
I'm pretty sure I'd bet my mom's life on it. Then again, she's dead, but
So you're betting nothing then. Got it.
I guess so.
Okay. And I'm gonna like kind of crouch down, look her straight now. I was like, "What did we do last night?"
We broke into the mayor's house.
Okay, so you at least know where we were. Good.
I assure you, nothing exciting happened at the lighthouse.
Why did you say that so suspiciously?
Swamp,
sure-
what did you guys do after I went to bed?
I tried to
I'm
break
not
into
sure
a
what he
lighthouse.
thinks we did.
Okay, Marsh is like, okay, I guess if I put it that way, it does sound rather suspicious. I just wanted to clear up any misconceptions that we had anything to do with this.
Naroke's
Alright.
just gonna turn to Nick and just kind of pinch your shoulder and just like,
Are you still here?
Yes, also that hurt. Don't do that again.
Do we have to fight crabs again? I don't want to fight the crabs
We're
again.
gonna have to fight the fucking crabs again.
Okay, to be fair, now hear me out on this. Another breakfast of crab does sound delicious.
But it doesn't feel as good knowing it's not gonna like stay in your stomach the day after. As soon-
Nothing
crab?
stays in your stomach for longer than a day.
That too.
Well, at least we found the solution to infinite crab.
Right.
Is this like that thing where you keep claiming hedgehogs can't die of old age?
just keep buying new hedgehogs.
Hedgehogs can absolutely die of old age.
No.
All around you, because you're in the hallway, the remaining crew that needed to get on deck is scurrying about.
Listening to us argue about
Not,
this.
they're not paying attention to you, but they're, there's movement. It seems like people are getting ready to dock at a big city.
Naroke is
Big-ish.
going to head up to the main deck, and we're approaching the same city, correct?
Yeah, correct. You see a familiar scene.
We
The
see
slight
crabs.
fog in the air, the lighthouse, town, city-ish in the distance. You can see the lighthouse, sort of through the fog of
Is
the
it still
morning.
decrepit?
Sorry, one more time.
Is the lighthouse still decrepit?
Yeah, it's still looking. I mean, it's
Naroke's gonna walk up to Fellerock and just kind of like,
Do you have a serious case of deja vu?
no, sir, I don't. He'll bow.
Okay.
Kind of look at you weirdly.
can Naroke? Fuck, would Naroke even? Naroke, Are you incompetent nitwit this morning? Mostly.
All right.
Oh no.
Can Naroke at least can he basically try and figure like, is this all just like an illusion, or is he actually back on the ship?
Sorry, do you have a spell to try and discern that, or are you just trying to like brain magic it out?
He's basically trying to, like, from his memory, like, is there any inconsistency of where he is in right now in comparison to the ship the day before when they pulled in the port?
Is there
Like,
extra character?
are things not where they're supposed to be? Are there things there that shouldn't be? Are there things missing that should be there? Basically trying to just
Really?
looking at it, like, is there anything that's providing disparity that might give an idea that this could be an illusion?
Okay, fair
Or
enough.
could it all just be in his head? Which means everyone's in his head. Those poor souls.
What would that be? Would that be like
It's like memory?
investigation?
Insight, maybe?
Yeah. Let's give me an insight. Let's try that out.
14.
14. You are 100% back on this ship, and nothing seems out of place. In fact, the way you remember coming up on the town, the way the lighthouse looked, the fog of the morning, it's just making perfect sense.
Okay.
But at
Nothing
this point, is
seems
everyone
out of
else,
place.
like, is the rest of our group up on the deck, or are you guys still down below?
I've kind of just been following you, Naroke, honestly.
Yeah, I'm up on the deck, trying to figure out what the fuck.
Norse just kind of turned to the group and just kind of hush hush. She's like, "So are we starting another riot?"
No. We just
No.
never go to sleep, and that's how we solve this.
No,
I
and
like your
no.
idea. I like the idea of that. That sounds like a good plan.
Is Endress up here with us?
Andrus is followed, yeah, and she looks prepped for battle. She's got her. Go on.
As Hendrix is kind of like getting up to this too, is just kind of like, do you have any spells that'll make us not sleep? Because we know that he has a spell that'll make us sleep, but do you have a spell that'll make us not sleep?
Yes, a spell of unsleep, if you will.
Yes, precisely.
I'm not aware of any such thing. I'm sorry,
No.
Sir Darwin.
Endress.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, I'm Darwin, by the way.
Totems. Endress, the totems.
I'm
Any chance they had any magic in them relating to, I don't know, time?
When it's a curse, I suppose anything's possible. I don't know.
Well,
This
I was
is-
still the one who handled the cursed mayor. I guess you did too. But I don't think anyone else touched him.
No.
Besides, like, the crabs, that was, like, a fair... I mean, besides the things we directly caused, that was a fairly uneventful day. Like, I think we could have just
And then Naroke
stayed
suddenly
in our
like
bedroom all day.
like pulls off his chest, sets it down, opens up, and do I still have the chainmail shirt that says Beast on it?
Beast? No, you do not
No.
have a chain.
Fuck, we have to go back and get that.
We have to go
We
back
have
and
to
get
go
that.
back and get it.
We have to go back and
Oh,
get
that
100%.
means I probably have the gold that I spent on it. How much did it cost?
50 or something?
50 or 30? Oh, crap. I will remind you late after the break how much you spent on it, because I don't recall off the top of my head.
The chainmail that like it was literally just like a chainmail shirt, like just chainmail, correct?
Yeah, it was just regular chainmail, but then, like,
Yeah, so-
adorned with different colored chain
Yeah. Okay.
to spell beast.
Yeah, we're gonna need to get that back. That is important.
I'm just gonna quickly lean down to my raptor. He's got like an int of like 4, so I think he can maybe give me an answer to this. It's like he can understand me, he just can't speak. So I'm just go up to my raptor and just like, is this familiar to you too, raptor? If so, nod.
And he's kind of doing this, like, diagonal sort
Okay.
of nod.
Okay,
Question:
it's kind of
When
pat
did,
on the head.
when did you put the torches on Raptor?
I don't remember.
I think
Was
it
that
was
while we
a
were in
while ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I think it was actually at the castle. I just never took them off.
okay, I wasn't sure. I was like, had you put them on while we were in town? In which case, would the torches still be on Raptor, or would they be back in your bag? But if those were on before we got to the town, then those would still be on. Okay.
Yeah, that seems right. So while you're on deck, the Highland Blush is much closer to the docks, and you hear shouts and screams as you approach. And then
I'm
Captain Dry.
I'm gonna kind of like lean over to Feller, like walk over to Feller, and like prepare for fighting crabs.
Prepare for
Oh.
crabs.
Time for
No
crab.
context whatsoever. Just add to the awe that is Darwin.
That is so darling.
No, you should just like put your like leg up like on like the ship and just like pretend to look in the horizon and it's like there's gonna be crabs, I can tell.
We got crabs coming.
Amazing. So Fellerock gives you like a strange look, and the captain, who is kind of like at the helm, he comes rushing down. He's gonna shout, "Fellerock, you and the twins secure the Blush to the docks. Sorry, help anyone who's been injured and get them to safety. The rest of you, to arms!" And the captain looks back and says, "We can use a bustle out there."
Crabs.
He doesn't wait for a response before rushing off to the docks. As you guys are now, breached. Breach is probably not the right word. Docked. You can see the crabs.
Oh God, again.
It's your choice if you wanna help out and fight some crabs, or if you want to do something different.
I
I
feel
really
like
wanna-
we gotta help fight the crabs.
I
Yeah,
really
let's help fight
only
the crabs.
wanna
If nothing
fight-
else, that gets us in good graces with the guard.
Yeah, I just would rather want to fight the crabs when we figure this out. So at least we could end on a good impression.
But at the same,
Keep fighting the crabs.
let's
It's
kill
a
the
shame
crabs.
this isn't an XP based game. Otherwise, we could get to level 20 off crabs.
We can wait
except
this out.
except all our stuff keeps reverting, so we're not getting a new game plus. We're just loading a quick save.
I was
Love it.
hoping to grind. I was hoping to grind to level 20
grind.
off crabs, but okay.
No, but but the thing is, when we get that time reset, it's not as if we're like taking where we already were and then adding that to the end, because otherwise you still have the earrings and the bracelet.
Yeah, but
I-
XP is not a tangible thing.
Yeah,
Also, we
it's-
have all our memories and the lessons we've learned.
It's tasted.
Wait, we learned
yeah.
something? That's from Mr. Naroke.
Naroke / Sir Darwin, Nick, Swamp. Are you guys gonna?
Wait, we'll
help out
absolutely.
crabs?
We'll help out
I
with
will
the
go
crabs.
and help kill crabs.
Yeah.
If for nothing else, breakfast.
Nothing else. Breakfast. So this crab encounter goes by swimmingly. In fact,
Oh,
quicker.
I
and more
was really unsure if you were gonna load up the map or not. I couldn't tell.
Just make us fight the crabs.
crabs again. I like to picture that you guys sort of everything feels familiar, and you spread out in the same way you did, and your hits are easier to land. You anticipate the crab like grabbing its own arm and using that opportunity.
So that's why how you threw that rock at that perfect spot. You already knew.
Oh yeah, that's right. The,
Big brain ideas.
the
Does
spike
he throw
rock.
the same rock again?
100% and kill that same damn
Yeah.
crab. And that's the one that I, of course, dragged back into the city again.
And whereas you remember one of the townsfolk, I think it was near you, Nick, had fallen to the crab and was doing not so well. Endris swoops in and manages to pull him out of the way, almost as if she knew this was coming. So
Oh, weird.
it's a quick, easy fight. Well, maybe not quick, but And much like before, the large captain of the guard there approaches you and dry eyes. And he says, "We're grateful for the assists. What did you say as your names were?" And the whole thing plays out exactly like before.
Is there
I just
anywhere in
kinda
town that I
lean
can
in.
cook up this crab?
I just kind of lead into the to the group, and it's just like, can we maybe just ask him where the daughter went, or would that come off as weird?
I think that would come off as weird.
Okay, I'll hold off.
Actually, while we've got your attention, is there anywhere in town that would sell rams? I seem to have lost the one that I had procured before. Shipwreck and all that.
Well, Farmer Brown's got some goats that he's used to selling every so often, but
No, like battering ram, not the goat type. Not lunch.
you know what?
big spiky wooden log that it can go thunk.
Right. I suppose you can have something commissioned up at the blacksmiths over there.
Marvelous. Thank you.
He tips his hat or whatever. Weird question out of the blue for him.
That's fine. He won't.
But
remember.
yeah, he thanks you for your help with the town, helping the town, fighting off crabs.
Yeah, Naroke still wants crab breakfast.
Yep.
I mean, sure. I can't think of anything particularly pertaining to the morning, so.
Well, then, once again, it keeps the city in our good graces because we're providing crab to whoever wants giant crab meat. So if for nothing else, we're in better graces with the town for now. Also,
I'm gonna get sick
breakfast.
of crab eventually.
Right. Okay.
Naroke's a simple
So-
individual.
As you're hauling the crab back to the Tally's Tavern and Inn, Endris is gonna just be a couple paces ahead of you and then walking backwards and being like, "All right, I know how this plays out. I'm hungry too. Meet me in our rooms when you're done." And she'll
You
Sure.
don't have the rooms yet.
and she runs off ahead into the tavern
Oh,
while
boy.
you're still lugging the crab
How
around.
long do you think it's gonna take her to know she doesn't have her room key yet?
It's a good question.
She seems pretty fast. Can't be too long.
That being said, didn't we already have the rooms paid for?
Was that because of the
So
crab?
it'd just be going. I don't think so. I thought it was because we'd already booked, like, and by we I mean the Heroes of Shard, had already booked rooms here.
You would remember that Endris was taking care of your rooms beforehand, so she'd probably just
Oh,
go through the same motions.
It's probably just doing that again.
Since she seems to be in on what's going around too, in a weird way.
Okay. So yeah, we have crab, and then head up to the room to meet with Endris.
With Endris, yeah. Unless there's anything you want to do pre-Endris meeting.
I did my gossip circuit the first time. I don't suppose there's a point doing the gossip circuit again. I would just hear the
mean,
same things.
I mean, if we could grab any information about the daughter, but like, I don't even know how you would naturally bring that up, especially as newcomers to the town.
Nick, give me an intelligence check.
Well, then again, if you're listening for rumors, now that you have like a direct like specifics that you're trying to listen for,
9.
you get
9. You're like, well, some things are different. That one guy didn't die, but I don't know. Would I just get the same thing? You're not sure.
I'll just head up to the room where
Norris
Andrews
gonna
is
make a
waiting
quick
for us.
trip over to the blacksmith.
All right.
I was like, sorry to interrupt you, but do you sell rams? Like not the animal kind, like the bash things into wall ram kind.
You're checking out Coral's place, right?
Yeah.
The half orc. Okay. Not in stock. Not currently. I can
How long would it take to
make
fashion
you one. How big are we talking? Multiple?
A medieval siege weapon.
Something probably that probably 2 to 4 people can manage.
Give me a week to procure the items, and it's yours for the right cost.
Week's a bit long.
How about a day? Oh, and that still would be too long.
Thanks, Annabelle. I'll check elsewhere.
And as you're leaving Coral's blacksmith, you see really like lusty sort of woman outside the door
Lusty.
waiting for you guys to leave.
Ugh.
Oh god, who was that? Was Coral Cadence.
Cadence. Yeah.
Cadence.
And he just gonna like look through. It's like, have fun, Cadence, and walk off. No, nothing else.
Just royally fuck up her day.
Yeah. You don't see this, but she is like beet red.
Complete
just-
stranger that never met before.
Knows them by name and has an idea of what they're getting into. Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
If
Like,
you get a reset in
you-
24 hours, fuck with everyone we can.
You hear that door slam so quickly, and the sound of like the shutters lowering, a lock. Like, yeah. You've mind fucked her.
I think we're just waiting in the room, right? By now, I think the rest of us.
Yeah, so I'm heading right back up to the room to meet up with the rest
Yeah,
of the group.
no, you're there. Takes no time. You're just
Okay.
checking your RAM theory or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to
Okay.
purchase a RAM.
So-
It's not even that expensive. It's like 4 gold.
So, Naroke, as you're heading back, Endris would like intercept you and be like, "Here's your key. Everyone's in my room," and like lead you up. Nick and Swamp, you would have already received your room keys
Yep.
since she had procured that. And she's gonna go like sit on her bed and just kind of like to herself and go,
So I think we have a problem.
Yeah, I would say so. Have you heard of anything like this happening before?
I don't know.
Nope.
We eat crab meat every morning. That doesn't seem like a problem to me.
Yeah, but do you want that for the rest of your life? / that is the rest of your life?
I mean, we
You know,
don't know
I'm
it
not
happens more
that-
than once. Maybe
Well,
it was just a one-off.
It,
Do we-
it could be that we touched something we weren't supposed to up in the mansion.
But I think we just touched the expensive stuff, not magical stuff.
I don't know. Nick, did you find anything interesting when we were there?
Get the magical tinglies.
Nothing that like zapped me or gave me the magic tinglies.
I didn't think to cast Detect Magic, but I have a theory, and hear me out. I do think that the mayor had the totem. That's pretty obvious. We all touched this one,
and she's gonna like procure the
Ah,
first magic totem.
yeah, it's kind of creepy. I purified this myself, and I'm just throwing this out there. But I passed it around. Even Raptor touched it. Maybe that has something to do with why no one else seems to know what's going on. I talked to the captain, kind of tried to slide some hints. He looked at me like I was crazy, which is kind of normal. Talked to Tally. She didn't recognize me at all.
Okay, so question.
totem.
Do you think that this totem that you have is what sent us back in time? Or do you think that this totem is why we have our memories, but something else sent us back in time?
This is
I
too many
think this
layers for
totem-
Marsh.
You just like slump down in a chair.
I don't think this
Naroke's
totem
trying
is
to, like, rack his
responsible.
brain on this. It's just like,
I don't believe this is responsible for what's going on in this city. I do believe this is why we know that this day has already happened.
So are you saying that like this totem is maybe preventing whatever's currently going on right now?
No,
Or
they
you
are. Yeah, a pair. 2 peas in a magical pod.
What happens? I wonder what happens if we don't touch it. I don't know if I want to figure that out.
I
we
think
already
the
touched
fact
it.
that we've already touched it.
Oh, it's like a one-off thing.
yeah,
That
we
yeah.
touched
ship
it,
has
like,
sailed.
yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, we touched that thing yesterday, didn't we?
Yes, I passed it around.
Oh man, would it be weird if we just got everyone in the town to touch it? That might be bad. Or would it be good?
Considering what this looks like and what I think some people in the town might know what it looks like, it's not a good idea.
Okay.
We need to find that other totem.
Hmm. Well, the good news is we've got leads from yesterday
Yeah, so we
Or
can chase
today,
other leads today.
or later this afternoon. God, I hate this.
But
We've got leads that we can investigate tomorrow too.
the biggest issue is, yeah, it sounded like Wilma like left a few days ago, so it's not like we're gonna be like stopping her. It's just figuring out what happened, I guess.
Do we want to go to the lighthouse while it's light?
I still don't know. Like my gut feeling like is Wilma at least didn't have too much business in the lighthouse. I mean, I could have missed something. It was dark. You're right, but
That's why I'm saying go there now while it's light, and heck, maybe we'll find some kids playing around it. They can tell us how to get inside.
I do think we want to check out that tailor shop.
That too.
what would could you refresh what was the connection with the tailor shop again?
The
So-
tailor was interested in the mayor's daughter, and she was interested in him. And then the shop got shut down, and then the tailor got
Oh.
sent on the expedition and didn't make it back.
Okay. Yeah, maybe Wilma went to check out the tailor shop, and I don't know, maybe there'll be some sort of clues there. Okay, cool, thank you.
I just realized something awful.
What?
You
So
don't have your
we-
cool shirt.
Well, that too. That is a travesty. But
It's a pressing matter.
we were not having our days reset until we arrived here.
Oh, uh-oh. How many times have we lived this day already?
Only once, as far as we know. But that's not the concern. The concern is outside of this bubble, time is passing normally. So one, how many times has this city been attacked by crabs each morning? But two, we are losing time because the rest of the world is progressing and
Yeah.
we are not.
Things can enter, but
Enter the bubble
Yeah.
and then they reset, which means, now I wonder what happens if our ship is there and hits that edge of the bubble, and then another ship is passing in that same way, and our ships
Wait.
kind of like merge. Do they
There-
just both
there's
kind of go kaboom?
we also sent the ship away yesterday, which means
We need
I
to send it
think
away
that
again today.
uh
We could also be making an entire armada.
Yeah, wait. We're gonna get out of this, and there's gonna be like a whole bunch of ships layered on top of each other, vibrating,
and then the physics will turn on.
flipping into each other.
There's gonna be the one ship that's got like no clue to sent off. It's gonna be floating in the sky out by the moon.
I love it.
It's
And if
Crestwood
you
all
touch the
over
ship,
again.
it like does damage to you for some reason. Those damn skeletons.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, if the ship leaves, does the ship like come back? Does the ship get stuck? Does it spawn another ship? There's like,
This is all giving me a headache. Let's just focus on trying to find the damn totem.
yeah.
Time loop problems.
I'm down with checking out the tailor, more getting up in other people's business.
The other possibility that it could be resetting time for the whole globe if it was just a matter of the two totems are close enough together now.
I guess even if we find out the answer, I don't think there's really anything we can do about that.
I'm hoping for an armada. I would love to have an
Yeah.
armada.
It'd be like, would there be clones of? Never mind. No,
Think
the
of
ship
how many
went from out of-
Antonys they could have. We could
Oh
all
my
on one boat.
An army of Anthony's. The world would die. The world would die.
Okay.
Yeah.
As Endress is totally willing to help you guys out. If you want her to tag along, she will follow whichever direction you want to go. If you decide you want to break back into the mayor's place to try and steal stuff later, she probably won't be a part of that.
We already
I
know
think
our
we'll
way
leave it
in.
alone for now.
Yeah, okay.
I'm happy we did as much as we could during that day. I think. Do we call today? Do we call it yesterday, or do we call it like other today? What should we refer?
I'm getting a migraine. Let's just.
Okay.
Where to? Actually, you know what? This is a good place for a break. So we'll
Yeah.
break now. I think
Okay.
everyone's noodle could use it. And then we will be back in about 10 minutes. So anyone watching, thank you, and we'll see you real soon.
Yeah.
And bye.
And we're back.
And we're back. TJ, drop that beat. All right, so shenanigans still ensue at this city.
Do we want to split the party again?
Up to you guys. Our heroes of the shard have a decision to make.
I'm totally gonna forget we're out of character. I'm totally gonna forget we're heroes of the shard, and then it'll just be like, can we just go to sleep this one over, and then I can undo that mistake.
See, now that leads to other questions. Like, is this a very specific time thing? Like, at X time, like when, like at midnight or whatever, do we suddenly, like, fairy princess our way back to, where we were before? Or is this, like, when you sleep? Which means if one person goes to sleep but the rest doesn't, does the one suddenly appear back on the boat?
I think you guys... Sorry, I have to try and science that out, which you can if you want.
Naroke has full intent of trying to stay awake tonight, so that's fine. We'll science that tonight.
I'm hoping we just figure this all out today and we don't have to worry about it.
Fair enough.
Well,
That sounds ambitious and like you're setting yourself up for failure.
Is the party splitting?
Well, I tried to
Chasing
procure
rumors,
ram at
what
the
you-
blacksmith and was unable to, so I think we should go to, or at least I want to go to other blacksmith and procure my beast chain and see if he has a spare ram laying around. Not the
Sure.
animal kind.
My curiosity has led me a little bit more towards Taylor, so I'll join in the Taylor hunt.
So who's all going to
All
the
right.
tailor then?
Well, we used my money to pay for the chain shirt last time.
How much money did
Oh, crap. Tell
Did
you
you
what, if
sell
you're
it to us
picking up
for
the chain shirt, you're going to get it for free. Because I don't remember how much money it was.
I think it
'Cause
was
it
something like 25 or 50 gold.
It
I don't remember which.
Yeah, it was
I think it was probably
small-ish
50 gold
amount.
because it was
Yeah.
it was slightly cheaper than the regular chainmail.
I can double check, but I use my break for like other things. But
Okay,
if you're going to buy it again, you won't lose any money. We'll just say.
Yeah,
Okay.
like and even
I'll
if
just,
Naroke
I'll
was the
just
only one
hand I'll just hand Naroke the arbitrary amount of money that
Okay.
we spent on it. But I do want to go check out that tailor shop.
Yeah, so if you two go to check out the tailor shop, I'm gonna go pick up my beast chain. I'm gonna add that to my inventory again.
So Naroke / Sir Darwin. Endress will follow you. Just I don't know, just cause. But that's easy to do to get your beast chainmail. You remember where it is.
Yep.
The gentleman kind of greets you much in the same way. I imagine you're just asking him immediately a pickup for Darwin.
Pick it for Darwin. Should be a set of chainmail.
Oh yes, I recall that one. Give me a moment. And much like before, he kind of goes off into the back, has the chainmail beast woven into it, and he's quite proud of it.
Marvelous. Thank
Sets
you
it
very
down,
much. Job
hopes
well
you like
done.
it.
And I pay him
thank
for that.
you.
It's like, now, quick question. Would you happen to have a ram? And I'm not talking about the animal. I'm talking about the hit doors with kind of ram.
Oh yes, a battering ram.
That's the one.
Well, the old girl hasn't seen much action, but I believe I do. Let me see in the back.
And he'll saunter back to his little room. And when he comes back, he says,
This is a little embarrassing, but I can't lift it. But I do have the old girl back there. Are you looking to buy?
Absolutely.
all right.
If you have the money, it will be 10 gold.
I'll buy that.
All right. I'm writing these costs down in case you have to relive this day.
When we
Think
have to
about
relive this day?
when you have to relive this day. I forgot about you wanting to reprocure beast chainmail.
Let's see. Not add. I did not gain 10 gold. I lost, so now I remove 20.
And anything else you wanted to do other than, luckily enough, getting a battering ram?
Well, at least I now know that he has a battering ram. So if the day repeats, I know he has a battering ram and my beast chain.
Yeah. Congratulations, guys. You have a siege weapon. It's a small. It's a small one, but
That's fine. I'm still unencumbered.
yes,
Even
because
with the
I feel like the
35
normal.
pounds.
So I feel like the regular multiple person battering rams are probably closer to 200 gold, but I'm picturing this one being more like a long kind of wooden log, I guess,
With
and
the
then the tip of it
handles on each
having
side.
yes, and then the tip having like smelted metal coming to like a blunt sort of point. I don't really know what siege weapons look like.
Well,
That's what you get.
Well,
Sort of
picture
close.
more like a SWAT team, like where it's basically like a metal pole, probably about yay long, that's just heavy with a handle welded on each side, and it's
Okay,
wham.
you're getting the old timey wooden version of it.
Yeah, it's just not like the full like siege weapon where you've got like 16 people pushing this thing and then hoisting it all back.
Yeah. Great.
But
I
Naroke
just want to explain. I just want to explain to the guards as we just build this siege weapon 20 feet away from the lighthouse, and just be like, "Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it."
don't worry about it. We're the new demolition guys.
Oh my god.
The mayor
Actually,
hired
that
us.
would. That's the only way I could see us talking us out of this mess. I mean, we're here to
The
take the
mayor.
lighthouse down. Why else do you think we're making this?
Yeah, amazing.
We'd consider
all right.
it, catapult, but our aim is a little bit off.
Fucking hell.
But Naroke's
You
gonna
all
take
good,
his
Naroke? Oh, go on.
Naroke's gonna take his battering ram and take a trip over to the lighthouse quickly.
All right. Well, while you're heading to the lighthouse, Nick and Marsh/Swamp, you're not exactly sure where the tailor's is. There's no you've never been there, but how are you going to find it?
I'll ask around.
Yeah. I'll listen to Dominic asking around.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna make a very convincing argument that you wear clothes.
Oh, that's a good point.
Hmm?
Okay, so like in the center of the town, there's the guard presence is easy enough. There's also just people in the market.
Oh, I just got it.
Sorry.
Sorry.
And if you were to let's say you ask a guard, he'll say, so it's on the edge of town there. Just follow this street down, take your third left, all the way to the edge of town. And, yeah.
You're missing a can't miss it. People always say you can't miss it in these situations.
Oh, I mean, you might. It's a small building.
All right, thanks.
Oh no! What if we miss it?
You guys
Well,
end
we
up
couldn't
like
find
2
the
miles
tailor.
out of town. It's like, I think we missed it.
True to his word, there's a small little tailor shop wedged in between two larger buildings, and the windows are boarded up, and there is a like closed kind of painted onto the door.
I'm gonna have a look around, see if there's a chance that anyone's been here in the last couple of days.
Yeah, give me.
I'll-
Oh, what's up?
I was gonna say I'll just quickly look if there's like a. Is it sandwiched in between two buildings?
The one its right side is touching the other building. Its left side, there's like a thin alleyway.
Okay, I'm just gonna assist Nick, if that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So an investigation check.
Oof, that's a 4.
That's a
I mean-
4.
I mean, with assist, would it be 16?
It'd be advantage, yeah. So
Okay, so 16.
16. You're checking out the front looks very much untouched. No clear signs of any sort of entry. Along the side, down the alley, there is a back door leading in. There is no like clear indication that like, oh wow, there's people here, there's tracks or anything. It's not kind of like that. But the back door is unlocked.
Easy.
All right, so I'm going to open the door a crack and then wait and see if anything untoward happens.
Cough, cough. You should procure Naroke a hat. Cough, cough.
Oh, I could get Naroke a silly hat.
You open the door a crack. Wait,
So the
there's
tailor's
no...
not a haberdasher.
Well, Habaruza?
A haberdasher, a person who makes hats.
Oh my god.
Ah, I didn't know it was called that.
Aberhusa. No telltale signs, no sounds of someone coming to investigate, just quiet.
All right, I'll open it the rest of the way and poke my head in.
It's not bright. It seems abandoned, but there is daylight pouring in through sort of the murky windows. Dusty, particles filling the room amidst the sunlight. There's like shelves upon shelves and like mannequins. Most of the clothes that you think would be on there are gone, but not all of them. There's some sort of stock, like it looks like stock shirts and pants, kind of still laying about. It looks like it was closed hastily, seeing as not everything's gone. And there's like mannequins in various states of like disarray, kind of tumbled upon the floor.
Creepy.
Okay, I'm gonna poke around to see if there's any evidence that somebody has been here and gone through some things since it was closed.
Okay. Are you gonna look into that as well, Marsh?
Is there a second floor, or is it just the one main floor?
There is a second floor.
I think I'll go on ahead. Maybe start looking at the second floor.
Okay. Are you looking for anything specific, Marsh, or just a general perception thing?
Just general, just getting the layout.
All right. If you could give me a perception, and Dominic, if you can give me an investigation check.
8.
8. Okay.
15.
All right. So it's for how dusty this place is. You're able to discern there are indeed some footprints from the front door that kind of like trail around the tailor shop, then kind of head up to the stairs. So it looks like someone was here somewhat recently.
All right, I'll head upstairs as well.
Okay. And Marsh, you're not seeing a lot. Just when you get upstairs, it's like it just leads up to one single room. You imagine this is kind of where like the tailor might have slept. There's a bed, nightstand, and a table, and then a row, like a cupboard that has rows upon rows of like different colored threads and buttons and patches and stuff.
Ooh. I admire the thread.
All of it's still there, so even though the clothes and stuff are gone, like a lot of clothes missing, the supplies up top are still there.
Yeah, I'll just start taking some thread. I mean, I still in the back of my head, maybe I won't get to keep it, but I'll just take some thread with me.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can do that.
You just need miles and miles and miles of thread and tie it onto something in town and tie it onto your finger and just see if it's still attached.
Raise up my finger. Damn it.
Stop it.
I gotta put everything I gained with a question mark at the end of it.
You know what? That's fair. I'll also.
Yeah, I just have a notepad
Keep
that I'm gonna keep.
And it looks like the bed was recently like disheveled, like someone was in it.
Like within the last couple of days recently?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm checking out the bed.
Give me a investigation check. No, perception, because you don't know what you're looking for.
7.
7. There isn't anything super noteworthy. It's just the sheets and the duvet and stuff are all kind of moved to one side, but not as dusty. There's like kind of footprints that were leading to the bed. You know, the pillow was somewhat recently indented with a head shape.
I'm feeling the nightstand, so I'm gonna check out the nightstand.
Okay.
Do you want me to do a check or?
No,
It's
you
a
can.
nightstand.
It's a nightstand. Yeah. Nah.
Yeah.
Open up the nightstand. There is currently one of those little rings for when you're doing cross stitch and stuff. The words.
An embroidery hoop.
Embroidery hoop. Thank you. And currently, a very lavish W was being embroidered with like flowers and stuff. And then the threads and needles pertaining to it are also in the nightstand as well.
I'll kind of look at it, snicker a little bit, and I guess I'll just kind of place it back down.
I expected you to be like, "Oh, it's an M."
It's okay.
They made this for me?
But if I turn it 90 degrees, it's an E, and we haven't met anyone with an E.
Yes, we have.
It's an Endress.
Why is she here?
This just gets crazier.
The mystery thickens.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot here. You're starting to think that maybe this place was somewhat looted to an extent, but
yeah, I'm trying to remember when it was closed down, because it was mentioned in the diary that it was closed.
I don't believe the diary gave you any set date. It
Yeah.
was just an entry farther back.
Okay.
The tailor shop closed, and then the tailor got sent on the expedition and didn't come back. And then the girl took the idol and left,
I guess we might.
possibly looking for her boyfriend.
Is it clear where the expedition would have ended up? I guess we don't really have details. I think
They
we
went
may or
towards
may
the
have
city.
it.
They're going in the same direction we're going, theoretically.
Yeah. It seems they only made it to the edge of the city, so like maybe we could head there and maybe catch a potential Wilma. Potentially. Don't know how long she's been gone.
That is definitely an option. What are you guys going to do with the rest of your time in the tailor shop? Are you gonna?
If there's nothing else of interest, I think we head back and meet up with Naroke and Endress when they're back.
Yeah, can't think of anything else.
And Naroke / Sir Darwin, were you saying you were on your way to the
To
lighthouse?
the lighthouse. Yep.
All right.
With
all
my
right.
fresh battering ram.
Naroke
With
is
our-
attempting to speedrun this time loop.
With our
Ugh.
giant Goliath friend and small tiny person in tow, you make it to the lighthouse. It's much less spooky now that the morning fog and the sunlight are around.
Do I hear the sound of children laughing, crying, screaming, or otherwise being children?
I mean, yeah, the sound of a child having fun and the sound of a child being chainsawed in half is functionally identical.
Both are things I don't want to hear in the middle of the night.
Oh my
so,
God. Or anytime. You don't. There seems to be no pitter patter or clamor of children. It almost seems like they're staying away from the lighthouse. Like people in the town are staying away.
okay. So, Endress, I'm going to get you to hold on to this side of the ram, and we're going to take a few swings to see if we can open up this door.
Okay.
Just
I
make
mean,
her complicit in another crime.
this wood looks really flimsy, so I'm sure we'll break through.
Oh, don't worry, there's a brick wall behind it.
What the? Okay, how do you know?
We may or may not have tried this last night, but I did not have a battering ram, and I was not going to smash my chest to open up the wall.
I was wondering why you wanted a battering ram. Okay, I'll try now.
It all makes so much sense.
So, because I have someone helping, I get advantage on
You absolutely would get advantage.
I get advantage. Well, that's part of the battering ram too. Is if another person's helping, I get advantage, and because I have battering ram, I have +4 on the check to smash open
You.
walls. Where? At least I think it is +4. Double checking on ram portal. Yeah, +4 bonus on the strength check.
Yep. You can just add that on top if you want. I don't remember if you can add it in the roll itself. So
Let's find out with Smish Smash. Double 16.
16's across the board. All right, so that wood didn't stand a chance, and
Okay.
it breaks away, as moldy, rotting sort of wood does, in like pieces. I don't know. You get through the wood, and Endress is kind of like proud, like, I broke something. That's kind of exciting.
Yeah,
I've never done
that
that
was the easy
before.
part. Now we got the harder one.
Yeah.
We're
then
going
she
to
sees,
ruin this nerd.
then she sees the brick wall, and it's like, oh yeah, you were right. Okay. She's gonna like brace herself, and feel free to give me one more of those.
Actually, I guess technically that check was a 20 because I
Oh,
get
with the
+4 for
4,
ram.
right? So let's say, yeah.
This is a 22.
This is a 22. Okay. So I want to say that after you make what is quite a solid hit, Endress falls flat on her ass from like the recoil, because this is not her forte. She's a scholar. I'll remind you, from the university.
That's fine.
You make a solid hit, and Naroke, you can feel that it didn't like rebound the way your crowbar did before. It kind of like had some give, so
Yeah.
it's still standing, but there was like some sort of rock groaning in a way, and you're feeling good.
Okay. It's like, good to go. That was a nice solid hit. Let's give this another go. We've kind of looks around. It's like, we don't have any guards interfering with us right now. If they do come up, here with a shard, we don't have anything to worry about. But we do need to try and get in here.
You know, heroes of the shard. That's us. Remember.
Pass. And Dominic, Marsh, I imagine thinking that, oh yeah, we should get back in touch with Naroke. The tavern is really close to the beach. It's just kind of off the dock and beach. And I imagine you heading back that way into town, correct? Or would you have gone to a different location?
I imagine how it would go is we would check the inn first, and if we didn't find him, it's like, I think I have an idea.
I have a strong suspicion where Naroke is.
Yeah, so the inn would definitely lead you to nothing. Even asking Tally, she would explain she hasn't seen the tall one or the short one in a while. And if you were truly set on finding them, the lighthouse would be a good hunch. In fact, there they are, trying to battering ram their way in.
I bet it's not quiet.
You know, I wish I could say I was surprised.
Naroke,
So-
can you give me another roll?
That is a 26.
Frickin', what the heck? All right, so you
Naroke.
tense up, and then you do your whatever it is that you do before a battering ram. And just says like, maybe yelling will help. And she's like, ah! You guys ran in.
Guys, it's the middle of the day.
As you two are just walking, you just hear the two of us yelling, ah! We get like a little bit of like a running start as we come at this thing.
She's just really high on destruction right now.
We should take Endress to one of those places where you can just smash a lot of stuff with a sledgehammer.
Got a taste for breaking things now.
Yeah, we've awakened something in her.
There is like a satisfying thwack as like you hit it just square in the center, and some of the bricks there cave into themselves, like not into themselves, but into the lighthouse.
Yeah.
And like crumble down. So the whole bricked up wall is not gone, but you can now see inside the lighthouse. There is like a decent sized bricky hole.
So Naroke's gonna grab one of the one of his Everglow torches and kind of like stick it in, and then kind of like look in. Now it's got a bit better view of the bottom. Is there anything like what am I seeing from where I'm at?
When you're looking in, round lighthouse, a bunch of crates, kind of a table flipped over on its side. To the right is like a spiral staircase leading up along the side of the wall, mostly stone, but sort of some wooden struts in there as well. There's also a rug on the floor, the one corner sort of tilted up on the rug.
Can I see anything under the rug? The corner that's flipped over.
It's not much of the corners flipped over, so you can't noticeably see anything other than floor.
Does it look like it's been disturbed recently?
Yeah.
If your
Marvelous.
curiosity can't wait, I could maybe mage hand move it, but I feel like we're getting in here either way, so it's up to you.
And you two would definitely, if you want to get closer to the crazy people on the beach, could be there by now.
Gonna kind of look back and it's like there's stuff in there that's been disturbed recently, so we've got something we can at least some sort of lead. Because I'm not sure how long ago it was that the kid died.
But this wall's been up here for a while. Again, I guess got in here with a grappling hook. I guess other people technically could too. So, are we gonna just finish breaking down this this wall, or should we try to make do with what we have?
So you guys, in the light of day, the lighthouse looks quite a bit different, and you can see that there's a lot of holes up the whole kind of pillar of it, of various heights. Yeah, you can.
Well, Marsh, if you
What do
want to
you
try
want?
going up again, you are absolutely welcome to. However, I do not think that that is in my best interest. At least not on the outside. There's stairs or something like that on the inside that might be slightly better.
I mean, yeah, you still need to do some jumps. Maybe with enough time, I could maybe construct some scaffolding, but that would take a while.
Well,
Garner a lot of
that being
suspicion.
said, a jump for you might be a hop for me.
True. Or maybe I could just get on your shoulders.
Yeah,
Make out.
I can absolutely just start yeeting you across.
Yeah. Is this how we handled the last tower? I don't remember.
No,
When
you guys.
did
You were yeeting me across at the
Yeah.
last tower.
Yeah, and then
Mm.
you guys let down a rope, and then Naroke just like got partway down, like fuck it, and then just hopped down the rest of the way.
Right.
I'm gonna turn back to Endress. Like, do you want to take out the rest of the wall? Or
I think
door?
I do.
Okay. And so Endress and I are just gonna consider that we have the capability of making headway on
Yeah.
it. We're just gonna, the two of us are just gonna keep hammering at it until we can open up that door.
For sure. It's not a necessarily super quick process, but you make leeway with each hit that you have, slowly taking out chunks and chunks of the brick and mortar. And you will eventually get in. Dominic, what do you feel like doing while they're breaking in?
I'm just going to observe this wall coming down with no small level of amusement.
Okay. And Marsh, were you on standby as well, or were you trying to loop around the lighthouse, see something new from it?
Yeah. I'll wait till I'll wait till after to start scanning the area again. This is also I'm having fun watching too.
Yeah, I'm imagining the two of us are still absolutely like taking those few steps back, yelling as we run forward and slam it into the door again.
For sure. Nick and Marsh, you do notice that while no one's like coming to be like, hey, is everything okay? What are you doing? There are a few people like way down the beach off by town that are kind of like giving you some weird, like, what the heck? But no one's questioning it because it could be that this is important. You read in the diary that there are plans to. Oh, where did you read that? I don't know.
Yeah,
Plans to rebuild it?
Yep.
plans to demolish
okay.
it.
For
At
demolish
least.
it. Yeah. So no one seems to be concerned about stopping you.
Okay.
But you are garnering some attention.
Yeah, no,
That's
I would be surprised if we weren't.
Especially with the yelling.
You said the tavern was close to the beach, and battering rams are probably not quiet.
No, I
Uh,
imagine they're not. 10 minutes tops, taking you guys to like get all the bits away so that you can actually feasibly get in here comfortably.
Yeah.
Naroke, you're still going to have to duck down some,
Of
but
course.
yeah,
Yeah, so we smash our way into the lighthouse.
you have access to the lighthouse.
You really wanted to
Hooray.
check out that rug from last night.
Naroke is going to go in and like take a closer look at the rug. It's like, so this has been disturbed recently.
Yes, it has. It
He's
looks
going to
to
grab
be-
the corner of the rug and flip it over to see what's underneath.
Ugh, I wish I could say roll for initiative, but I can't.
You
It's so cool.
mean this is not a living rug?
No,
No.
that would just be a ripoff. There is a trapdoor under the rug.
Ooh.
Square sort of trapdoor.
Neat.
Is it locked?
Is it locked?
It is not locked. So-
Okay.
Okay,
Both of
Naroke's
us
gonna open it
immediately
up.
check.
All right. Open it up. There's some immediate wooden stairs, and then it gets very dark. Leaning
Naroke's
down,
gonna,
by the way.
Naroke's gonna light his one of his ever burned torches. Just like on.
I tighten Raptor's torches.
I should say this is not Naroke. This looks like it would be an awkward squeeze for you. You could feasibly do it, but you're kind of going in at a weird angle. It's not a big hole to begin with. The steps are kind of like steep. So are you doing
How
it?
far
or you,
down does it look?
Torch on a rope.
currently with the torch, like maybe 10 feet down.
Before it hits the floor?
before it hits something dark and flat looking.
Okay.
Dark and flat, looking like maybe the water, like the ocean.
I was thinking just a
We're
stone
gonna
floor.
find out. Since it's gonna be like, how tall is the ceiling? Probably.
Once you get down, it's like 6 feet at best. So you're crouching.
Naroke remembers doing something similar when he was a child. He's going to grab the rug, sit on it, and just kind of like tug that up by his side, just scooch himself on the edge and dunk, 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 dunk.
All right, so
And that's how Naroke died.
you do it.
Hit the water, 80 foot straight down.
A happy carpet slide to death.
Like, if only. So you don't carpet slide to death, but you carpet slide, and then right before you hit it, you see the water, and you go into the water.
I told you it was the fucking ocean.
And it's cold, and like kind of like not ice cold, like shocking your whole body, but suddenly like, oh geez, that's colder than it was before, and now I'm wet.
Yeah.
Do you reckon this is how they got in?
It could be. There could be like a swimming tube in. So question. What?
Yeah.
Like I'm in the water. Am I like ducked down so that my head isn't hitting the roof and I'm like chest deep in water, or is it like I'm actively sinking?
You're like chest deep in water.
Okay. Kind of holding up my
And
torch and kind of looking around. Is there anything else in this area now that I'm kind of at the bottom?
No, it's just like a weird rocky dirt-esque tunnel that leads further on.
Do we check out the creepy ocean tunnel?
I'm very good at
I'm
swimming.
already wet. Although, Marsh, if you can, you can hold your breath for a really long time, can't you?
Yeah, water me good.
I'll like scooch myself back up against the wall, just like, want to take a look?
Yeah.
What'd you do with the rug?
Oh, the rug is absolutely in the water. I rode that thing right into the pool.
You didn't pull it back? Alright, cool.
Oh god, no. That thing is waterlogged.
Actually, when I get down there, for one thing, I want to test right away. Do ever burning torches work underwater?
Check it out.
Yeah, just grab a torch and dunk it in there.
So the light is very muted. In fact, the flame almost seems to like shrink in size, but it's not out. It's just very muted.
Is it better than nothing?
It's
Do you have
definitely
dark
better
vision?
than nothing.
Okay.
Do you have dark
Yeah.
vision?
I don't think
think
I
so.
do.
Could be wrong.
Maybe I do.
I think I think we'd comment on this before about us being the party with no dark vision.
Yeah, I feel like that's what I'm remembering.
I'm just like looking it up right now. I keep forgetting.
There is.
Here we go.
Marsh.
No, it does not look like I get dark vision. I think
Okay.
that was like part of the reason in my head why I picked up so many torches.
I don't
Yeah.
think any of us have dark vision.
That
Yeah.
seems correct.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we had made a joke back in the castle that, yeah, we are the party with no dark vision.
Hence the torches. All right, so you can easily swim through the water. There's always air at the top, so it's up to you if you want to actually dive down and swim or sort of like slowly wade your way while still breathing. And the light doesn't underwater doesn't show too much. Up top brightens up a little bit more.
I'm just kind of really using the light just to make sure that like I'm not gonna accidentally step into a pit or something. That's like the main reason I'm using the light.
Okay, that's fair. Tunnel is kind of not really winding, but it seems long. It just kind of keeps going, kind of down, and then eventually you sort of hear like a whoosh crashing noise the further down the tunnel you go, and you're probably, I'd say, like 20 feet away from where you came down from the stairs.
Yeah. I just kind of like yell back to the party. I think I see the exit. I'm gonna go take a look, and then I'll just kind of get.
You're
a bit
gonna
closer.
yell underwater?
Though there's an air pocket
There's
above.
a little bit of air, yeah.
There's a
Okay.
little bit of air.
I imagine on account like you say like he's going down, that it's like on a slight slope, so he's got like that, gets his lips above the water. I'm gonna go take a look. And then-
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I don't think that 15 minutes of holding your breath counts when you're screaming into the ocean.
I'll scream at the ocean. So yeah, I'll go check out the crashing waves a little bit.
Cool. Yeah, it's the incline is super slight, and as you get closer to what you imagine is the entrance or exit, rather, if you will, you start to see the light of day, and hear like a more pronounced like crashing of waves, and can walk out, swim out now into kind of like this rocky sort of outcropping where the waves are kind of crashing against you, if you want to go out far enough.
I think I'll just take note of the location, so like if we wanted to come through the other way, we could,
Okay.
and then I'll just start making my way back.
Cool. And it's worth noting, if you like turn around and look up, the lighthouse is like kind of right there on the hill.
Yeah.
So you've descended and then gone down past the lighthouse into this like cavey, rocky sort of bit.
Yep. That's what I was reckoning.
Done. And you're very wet.
Scales.
He's a
it
lizard,
can't-
it's fine.
He doesn't
It,
care.
it can't stay on there for too long. Yeah, and I just come back and it's like, well, there's their way in and out. So
Okay, so the people coming in and out through a hole in the wall. Okay. I'm gonna turn, like, climb up the back up onto the stairs and kind of like crawl my way up the stairs.
Yep, it's definitely awkward, but you manage.
like I still have my doubts they actually made it to the top of the lighthouse, but I mean, they
can
could have
find
had
out.
this lower part as a hangout.
Well, and the thing is too, little kids may be maybe not always as like capable, but they tend to be a bit more daring.
Yeah, if we have the time, I'm still okay for checking it out. I was more thinking that just kind of looking around the boxes and debris, maybe there's something here worth finding.
Let's crack open the boxes and find out.
Yeah.
I got a crowbar.
Yeah, easy. You could even probably power stomp on some of them if you want.
Dead
Some of them
space.
seem to be filled with like old bottles, dusty bottles filled with a brownish liquid. Some of them
Ooh,
are
they're
empty.
underage drinking naughty teenagers.
Other
Ooh.
underage drinking. Can I open up one of those bottles and it's like, is this booze or is this oil? Because if they're drinking oil, then they've got a whole other problem.
Check. Yeah, you absolutely can. And it's potent and it is clearly oil.
Oh, never
I
mind.
hope the kids aren't drinking this then.
Huh.
That
I
being
mean,
said, we have a whole
lighthouse.
lot of oil.
That
It
this would be the
checks.
place we'd find a lot of oil. Yeah.
I would say there's one full crate, so like a 16 like bottle thing in one, and then one that's only has like 3. If you pilferers were interested.
I mean, if we ever wanted to commit large-scale arson, we got our tools.
I'm gonna take 3 because we were also contemplating lighting the lighthouse up out of spite.
Okay, 3 bottles.
I don't recall the we in this situation.
We was Marsh and myself.
Wait, do you say that out loud to Endris?
No.
Okay.
I
No.
just take the bottles.
All right. Yeah, you got 3. I noted it. The lighthouse is definitely, it's easier to see the light of the day and then the holes throughout, light kind of pouring in from there. So much like you had noticed before, Marsh, there are some sections of the stairs that seem to have crumbled away, but it doesn't look too precarious, all things considered.
It's probably a lot better now that it's not nighttime.
Probably.
Naroke is leaving his chest still down at the base because you don't want to carry an extra 300 pounds of gear up with you. He's going to start making his way up the stairs.
All right.
I do still,
Are you
however,
guys-
have my war pick on me.
War pick. All right, so you're not San's weapon.
I'm not San's weapon, but I have a war pick.
Okay. War pick. Endris is going to, I guess, tentatively follow you up. I don't know if you guys ever explained to her why you thought the lighthouse was a place to be in, so she's just kind of going along with it because you're her employers.
Yeah, I don't think we ever actually
I
explained it
think
to her.
as we were
Well,
I think as we were like as we were leaving the manor last night, we were going over the theory of, oh
Yeah.
hey,
That's right.
this book might reference the lighthouse in some
Sorry.
way.
That's correct. She didn't see
There-
the diary, but you talked about it.
Yeah.
There's a couple vague leads that kind of pointed us in this direction, and
Right.
really we don't have any strong leads at the moment. Well, we have a couple.
What was on the paper in that book?
The sea will take it or something like that.
It will be lost to the sea.
It will be lost in
Yeah.
the sea, which could also be what she did at the totem. So we may have to go swimming anyways. But that is a concern for after we scale the lighthouse.
Yeah, maybe symbolically it was cast to the sea from the top of this lighthouse, which still doesn't give us the totem, but maybe we can get a vague idea where it landed.
Maybe the sea was the sea in her heart.
Oh no.
You know, like yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
Drowning
I
in
thought
teen emotions. How old is she?
I don't think you guys asked how old Wilma was.
Yeah, we don't know.
We just know that she wrote a lot of angsty teen poetry.
You're assuming
like-
teen, probably because I said teen poetry, which was my bad. But you don't know how old.
I
she
think
is.
angsty poetry puts her anywhere from 14 to 22.
Okay.
Longer if she's in an MFA.
All right. I assume you all want to go up as a group.
Yeah, I'll make sure to like give the person in front a lot of space, so we're not putting all the weight in the same spot.
Well, that and it's Naroke in front, so if it can hold me, it can probably hold anyone in the party.
True, yeah.
Actually, I'm pretty
so
sure if it can hold me, it can hold the rest of the party.
Yep, that makes sense. So Naroke, as you're leading the party, about like 20, kind of, no more than 20 because this thing wraps around, say like 40 feet kind of up the spiral staircase is when you find the first like decent amount of stair that's kind of rotted away.
Okay, about how far is it?
And it's like a 4-foot step, so it might be enough for your gait. I don't quite remember how.
I'm 8
how
feet
long
tall, so
you're-
I'm pretty sure I could get enough of like a couple step and hop to easily clear that 4 feet. So,
Okay.
like hell, even as a human at 5 foot, I can clear a meter. So
Yeah, so it's
with like
it's not a steep.
step. Yeah.
It's not steep stairs, so you're not having to get too much like clearance up, but 4 feet across.
Oh yeah, if
Yeah.
it's 4 feet across at 8 foot, I can easily just like put my hand on the wall just to brace and stretch across.
Yeah.
And
I can clear 11 feet if I have a running start.
All right. Endra seems super hesitant after she sees you clear it. Naroke, she was right behind you. And
I'll reach my hand back to like find like any kind of purchase on the wall and just kind of like lean forward and like reach my hand out to kind of like give her that extra like oomph to get over.
okay. Yeah, no, she'll take it. That seems pretty manageable. And Dominic, you can easily get kind of a running start at it.
Yeah, I can do 8 from a standing start or 11 with a running start.
Okay. And Marsh, do you want to do a running jump?
Yeah, I haven't quite mapped out my jump distance, but
Is it
I
not
imagine I
just
can- I
your
can-
strength at a running start and then half that on standstill, or
oh, okay. If it's just my strength at
that-
a running start,
Yeah.
then I think I can just kind of I could probably do it without too much hassle then.
You could also ask somebody for a hand, much like Hendris received.
Yeah, I'll give it a jump.
Yeah, this is a sign of like things to come as far as the state of this lighthouse, but nothing crumbles underway. And yeah, you land like with a solid thud, and for a second you think you feel some give, but nothing happens, and you're like, all right, this is fine, and you can continue up the rest of the stairs, following behind the party.
yeah,
And
Naroke will
it's-
continue on upwards and onwards.
It's a hell of a climb. You know, occasionally you pass by a hole in the wall that's close enough to the stairs that you can peek through and, see the layout of the town city. or see the beautiful blue of the ocean. And eventually, you do make it to the very top of the lighthouse.
Oh no, we have a map. We're about to stab something.
I want to say that this circle here is like the lantern-y bit that kind of peeks out. So this is like the giant gaping light that reaches through the top of gaping.
The
Okay,
big
so
basin of
theoretically,
oil.
a floor above us is the part that goes on fire.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
a
Enders
tiny
is here.
there's a tiny green thing.
Where is?
It's probably more drugs.
I forgot that you brought Endress along with you.
Yes,
Whoop.
we're going to keep bringing the squishy NPC everywhere with us.
There we go. Let's just add her in because she's part of this party too. Damn it. Okay. So the top of the lighthouse. It looks like it is kind of the living quarters of whoever was meant to man it. You know, there's a disheveled bed, some tables, some more crates that are probably filled with oil. They kind of match the ones that you saw down below.
Does it look at all recently interacted with?
It does. It does.
Is this some weed on the floor over here?
And much like no, it
I'm
is
pretty sure
a. Oh wait, sorry. When you say weed, I was thinking like drugs. Yeah, it does look
No,
like a
I
giant
was-
pile of weeds.
I was thinking drugs. I was thinking that was somebody's weed stash. This is very clearly where teenagers go to hang out and smoke weed.
And probably bang, on account of there's already a bed here.
Mhm.
There on the floor is a large pile of what looks like kind of like a mossy, greeny weed, just like hump in the floor.
Does it have white flowers?
It does not have white flowers.
Darn, sorry, Marsh.
No.
I mean, there might be a green variant somewhere around here.
True.
I'll take.
We
a
do
look
still
at
have
the-
all those containers and like the puffer style things from that we got from former father's basement.
I have a
Gee.
bunch of paraphernalia, and I'm gonna go look at that telescope.
Yes, Mel. Yes, we do.
Oh gosh, what was I thinking? You want to look in the telescope?
Yeah.
Telescope looks over the just over the ocean. Nothing too fancy. It's not a great view. There's no ships or anything that you're noticing on the horizon. Seems
Is it
all
a
pretty
good
clear.
telescope?
I think I could probably
It's-
fit that in my bag of holding if I remove the stand.
It is a good telescope. It is dusty and like the lens is like murky. So I mean, if you like gave it a spit shine, it'd be a little clearer. But it doesn't seem to be cracked or anything. It's a decent telescope. Damn it! You guys are gonna steal the telescope.
100%.
Yeah,
This is
take a
you
look.
guys. Marsh is going to
Oh, yeah.
steal the telescope.
Fair enough.
Okay, let's be honest. If Marsh didn't, you would.
Uh,
I
Because I'm
wouldn't have
assuming,
anywhere to put it.
but well, you know that Marsh has
I
a
would
bag of
I would
holding.
steal the lenses out of it because mirrors and glass are like worth money. I wouldn't take the whole telescope.
But the whole telescope is actually worth quite a bit. Because telescopes are expensive.
just
Yeah,
gonna
but
put this
I
in
don't
my-
have anything to put the telescope in.
You can shove it into Marsh's bag of holding. He's like, Marsh, hold on to this for me.
Anyway,
steal-
I'm gonna go check out the pile of gunge.
Okay. So Marsh, while you are stealing the telescope, Nick, the closer you get to it, it looks like a body was laying on the floor, and from it sprouted just a sea of like moss and weeds and whatnot.
Gross.
Like
That's
a
not
human
ominous.
body?
Body-esque humanoid.
person?
You can't necessarily say it was human.
I'm gonna take the end of the sword of the cane and just kind of start prodding to see if there's anything in there.
All right. And as you pull out the end of your cane, I want you guys to roll me initiative.
Fuck!
There's
Eh.
a.
You angered the goo.
Do you guys see a token now in its
No.
place?
No.
Dang
Mm, I don't see a circle token. Oh, there
Now
we
I
go.
see it.
There it is.
Okay, perfect.
I got a
Eh,
2.
Circle token.
I think it was here.
And... oh, that was terrible. What do we got for initiatives here? We have
2.
You got a 2, Naroke? Not bad, not bad. Just kidding, it's terrible.
Hey, at least it's not a 0. I can get a
That's
0
possible.
initiative.
That's true. So, Marsh is leading the pack with Weedsy McGee and then Naroke. Sorry, Naroke.
Why are you sorry?
So as
I'm fine being the last one. The rest of the party just has to survive for a round.
oh crap, Endress is with you.
Yes, she is. That poor, sweet girl is... That being said, this is, I guess, her second taste, or third taste, I guess, technically, of combat since she's interacted with our group.
That's true.
Because she didn't fight the gull geese.
Goose skulls? No,
Goose
but
skulls.
she's fought crabs twice now.
Yeah, she's fought...
Considering...
Yes, and that's why this is her third combat with the group.
Yep, no, that's totally fair. So, Dominic, as you're poking into it, the mass of weeds around where you poke start to try and wrap around it as you like see the body kind of like, I don't know, move. It's really gross. It's super shambly, and then it starts to stand up, and it is the like humanoid figure. I don't know if it's like a rooter, just moss and vines and grass protruding from this body. It's kind of faceless except for like a gaping maw. And this is the creature before you.
Ah, geez, swamp thing.
Swamp. It's like
a swamp thing.
Did what's her branchy thorny lady chase us this far?
We have experience.
Right. We just keep pissing off trees.
The weed wraith.
Yeah. I tried to give her a hug. She didn't want the hug, so...
Nature doesn't like us.
Apparently not.
Okay, to be fair, we've encountered nature, and every time it's been like, let's piss this off. Like, I threw a rock or a branch or a rock or whatever into the pond. You went and stabbed the moss.
I poked it with a cane.
It's true. It's not quite stabby.
It's not quite stabbing.
Endress, with her 20 on the die, is top of the order. Having, I assume, heard your like, ugh, kind of like, oh no, sort of cries. And she's not so much a fighter in the sense that you guys need, but she comes here and she pulls out her, I always say this wrong, it's like a aspergillum. It's that mace with holy water. Whatever.
Aspergillium?
That's the one. Aspergillium, thank you. It's apothecary all over again.
Apothecary?
Yeah, that's the one. Gilliam. Okay. And she's just gonna stand by for like holy water and heals. Okay. That's what she's doing. Marsh, second of the pack.
Plant. I'm just gonna shoot fire at it.
Shoot fire at it.
So I'll just do firebolt. Firebolts just never work for me. 9.
So a 9 does not hit. It kind of like whooshes past, and like some of its like grass is sort of singed a little bit, but it shakes it off.
I guess I can also actually get my raptor to help too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Make it stand next to the thing.
Yeah, that. Yep. And raptor, 21.
Holy moly! Yeah, that will hit its AC.
I will.
What's raptor doing?
Always be upshown by my raptor. Yeah. Let's see.
It's your greatest creation.
7. It was a side project. 7 damage.
7 damage. All right. Or is your greatest creation that creepy mage hand thing?
I'm still weighing them up in my head.
So that being said, once we kill this thing, you can use some of the materials from this moss swamp creature to add to your raptor.
That's gross. Good point.
That actually the main reason I picked up the thread and the tailors is I was like, this will be handy for repairs.
Stitch raptor back together.
Yep.
All right. Well,
my turn.
Okay. No bonus action things to be done. Dominic, you're
Stab.
up. That's fair.
That's a 10.
A 10 does not hit its AC. So it's interesting because you stab it, you land in its gut, but it's almost like the weeds kind of like moved out of the way. and
Gross.
doesn't find any like good give.
Offhand.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's a natural 1. I'm
Uh,
spooked by the thing.
Plants, man.
And so as your initial stab kind of like they go out of the way, and then you try and get a stab in again, you sort of hit the same spot, that kind of hole that was created that hadn't been filled in again, and then the weeds and the grass and the moss start to like fill in around your cane sword, and they don't get it from you, but it's definitely stuck, and you need to take a moment to be able to pull it back free.
Okay, the offhand attack is with the cane part of the cane.
The cane
sword.
part. Okay, so
Yeah.
then right, so you still have your sword, but your cane part is now like snugly in there.
Yeah, the sheath.
Okay, and the weeds. Now that they have you here,
Oh shit.
they're going to make a delightful attack on you. So you see,
Yeah.
like from its back, like these 2 long, disgusting, like mossy tentacles reach up, and they're going to slam down on your shoulders, or attempt to. At any
Raptor
rate.
gives disadvantage.
He does give disadvantage. That stupid raptor. No, good for you. I love raptor. I'm assuming a 12 doesn't hit your AC.
It does not.
Does not. Okay. Well, and then with its second attack, it's going to try and like you see its like sort of hand appendage kind of like sharpen into like a crisp blade, and it's going to swing at you. Still with disadvantage. Thanks, Raptor.
Is it every attack
think
or only
it's-
one attack?
I think it's only 1 attack.
You think it's only 1 attack, eh? That's cute.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the 1 attack per turn that it can interrupt.
Oh, you mean because
It
because
uses
of
its
nat
reaction
1?
to... No, it uses its reaction to impose disadvantage on 1 attack.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. You're saying the disadvantage.
Only occurs for
only
a
one
single
attack.
attack.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry, I thought you were saying it only gets 1 attack.
No.
I also bit off it, and then Raptor bites its sword arm off.
It's like, no, this is mine.
All right. So does a 17 hit your AC?
Yeah.
Hooray! So it's going to cut into your shoulder, dealing a scathing 5 slashing damage, and your shirt is like just it's snagged. It's snagged all to
Fuck.
hell. It's really sad. And yeah, that's what it's got. The blade, the leaf blade, is now glistening with red blood and dripping, and it's really gross. And you don't want to get it on your shirt. You can't concern that with yourself with that now because it's Naroke's turn.
Y'all are so far away. I can't throw the war pick, can I? I don't think war pick is a throwable item.
Seems like a bad idea.
No, it does not.
Throwing the war pick seems like a great way for me to get hit with a war pick.
Well, it was more so like walk as close as I can and throw the war pick, so I at least do something. Actually, never mind. I've got spells. So I can go 15. To get to there, and then I can get to there. So let's. And then I am going to conjure up a sacred flame, which is not actually fire.
Right, it's not fire.
It needs to make a dex save.
Why a dex save? All right. It can do this. How's an 18?
18 passes, so it takes 0 damage.
Yes. This is way better than the crabs. Anything else for your turn, Naroke?
Is... And oh yeah, I'm also going to use my bonus action to conjure spiritual weapon.
Spiritual. Oh, I remember this. This takes me back to the zombie room.
Yeah.
Wait, this is
that
kind
was-
of like a plant zombie.
And so once again, we're going to get that scythe that just kind of appears behind it.
and
Great.
that scythe is then going to go shook and take a swing at it.
Try me.
Do you have to roll a surge for that?
I do. So
Please surge.
I'm gonna roll that 1d20 to start. I do not surge.
Do not surge.
And I believe that it gets... Yeah, melee spell attack, so it is with my wisdom modifier. So that is... This was...
Oh, that can't be good.
Does a 20 hit?
Yeah, 20 does hit.
And it is
Shit,
dealing
wouldn't.
1d8 plus spellcasting modifier. So 1d8 plus 2. So it takes 4 points of damage as it goes shoot across its back.
4 points of damage, eh? It's not as horrifying as I thought it was going to be, but it's still bad. All right. And as some of your attacks land and some don't, it's kind of gaping maw, like twists in anguish, but no sound comes from it. It's really creepy. And that puts us to top of the order. Naroke is done. And Nick, you can hear from behind you like a prayer similar to the one that you heard in the mayor's chamber. And you are healed by Endris for 3 damage.
Sweet.
You're healed. Yeah, anyways, healed for 3. 3 health. That's what I meant. And she is going to move herself just a teensy bit closer onto the bed here. Good, better vantage. She's quite short. All right. Martian Raptor, you're up.
Firebolt.
Yes,
That's
yes,
a 1.
yes. All right. This one, before you can even get it off, it's not that it misses this time. It's just that it
doesn't.
putters out in your hand because you sneezed.
Oh, okay. You
So
know,
you're like- Yep.
I'm happy with that. I was expecting much worse.
No. Like you straight out sneeze it out, and it's like gross.
Don't you hate when it comes out of the nose? Okay. Now by this logic, Raptor might get a 20. That's a 12.
That's a 12. 12 hits.
Cool. 6 damage.
6 damage. Ooh. These scratches or bites. I can't never remember. Raptors in
They're usually claws on, and
Usually
yeah,
claws.
they're claws with some force damage on top. Oh,
Alright.
Ignore the 9.
Yeah, so good rake with its claws there. It's hard to tell because it's just like a writhing mass of green, and nothing's oozing from the claws, but it looks like it landed a solid blow. Just doesn't seem too phased by it.
Cool. And that is the end of my turn.
All right, Nick, what do you want to do?
Stab.
Stab. All right, stab away.
15.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Let the
And I think I
plethora
get
of
sneak
dice
attack because
roll.
Raptor's here.
Raptor's there with sneak.
Okay, so that's 9 plus 6, 15 piercing.
Holy moly. Okay, so after like this is with your first weapon, sorry, the sword part, right? So
Yes.
like solid swipe into it, deep impact, and then you're gonna need to spend a round to remove the sheath of it, since it was a 1 you rolled.
Oh,
I
okay,
believe.
so my offhand attack is just removing the cane from
Correct.
from the critter. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I guess that's my turn.
All right. So weeds, similar before, rather than these 2 vines kind of coming up and just trying to slam down on your shoulders, they're going to whip to the side and try and like clip you in your side. Disadvantage.
Yep.
Oops, that's not a D20. That's a D20. Okay, so that's a 7, which does sweet jack all.
Yeah, that's not gonna hit.
And
I hope
then
not. If you get hit by a 7, that is like, oh.
we need to
If I
have-
get hit by a 7, I fucked up.
I need to have a talk on how to build character.
Yeah,
Unless you're
minus-
going for something janky.
You are a mage who used dexterity as a dump stat.
Yeah, basically.
And then similar to before, you're expecting this. It's gonna raise up its other hand, kind of honing this like blade-like leaf, and it's gonna swing for your other shoulder for a 7.
Yeah, it's not gonna do it.
But if it gets a third 7, that's a lucky number.
Lay it on me, Naroke.
Well, Naroke is now in range to be able to, walk up. Which means it is Warpick time.
Warpick
Because
time.
he did bring a weapon. Does a 23 hit?
Gross. A 23 does. So glad you asked.
I rolled a 1 on my damage. Aw. So 4 damage from the Warpick.
Hooray!
And then Scythe, the big scythe face behind him, is just going to shook across its back again as well.
Okay.
Which is a 13.
13, yeah, that hits.
D8 plus 2. 7 points of damage coming from my spiritual weapon.
All right. Is that all for you?
That is all for me.
When you come down with your war pick, are you like going for like a top down on its head? Where are you aiming with that?
More or less wherever I can get purchases, just like coming in. So whether I hit its head or whether I hit its shoulder, with only 4 damage, probably its shoulder.
Cool. So like meaty blow sinks right in, and the creature kind of like tosses itself aside from it, but it's held fast by this war pick, and the gross it's oozing now. Like these vines kind of come out and start to wrap around it. It's not pulled. You don't have to like struggle to get it free, but it's trying to like grow onto your weapon there, but you pull it back. And we are top of the order with Endris, who, unsure of Dominic's state, is just going to throw another healing word out there for 3 damage, or 3 health rather.
Well, I'm back up to maximum.
Woohoo!
But your shirt.
Your poor shirt.
But my shirt is still fucked.
It's okay. There's a tailor that currently does not have anyone manning the counter. Maybe when you were in there, you noticed some really gaudy outfits. You're like, I might come back for that.
Yeah, and that's Endris's MO. And on to you, Marsh.
Firebolt.
Firebolt.
At 12, I think that's a hit.
Oh man, that totally hits. Oh, with that DiMaggio.
3. 3 fire
3
damage.
fire, though.
Yeah.
All right. If I do some math in my head. Okay. So it wasn't making noise before when its like mouth would open and it would like, I don't know, open and chew ominously at you guys. It's making noise now. It's this like horrible kind of screeching noise as the firebolt like hits onto its arm, and it doesn't like spread right away. It's not like kindling, but it's still smoldering and bright there, and it's not looking happy.
Cool. Well, Raptor, go. 16. Guessing that hits.
Cool. Yeah, that'll hit.
8 damage.
All right. Yeah, it's another solid claw attack from Raptor. You guys are beating up my little plant friend.
It tried to kill us first.
You didn't even try and talk to it. If you're done, Marsh, it's gonna move us on to Nick.
There's your cue to talk to the plant that's trying to stab you.
Listen, when you say roll initiative, that means it's trying to kill us.
That's true.
All right, stab. That's a 12?
That's 12 hits.
Okay, and that's going to be with sneak attack. 7 plus 5, 12 piercing?
12 piercing. All right. So, a few things are going to happen here. First off, how do you want to do this?
God, I'm weary and unable to come up with cool shit.
Straight
so I think I'm just gonna. I think it's gonna go through that gaping mouth thing that it keeps flashing at us.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So it like turns to you, opens up in like a, I don't know, an angry sort of meow, and just before I can even get the syllables out, just and it's awful. And like you see, there wasn't like eyes before, but after you stab it through its mouth, these little like leaves lift up as if they were eyes, and it looks really sad at you, just like if a plant monster could look sad. I don't know.
What? You tried to kill me first.
And then as it starts to like crumple to the floor, I'm gonna need everybody to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Shit.
We just killed little Timmy's imaginary plant friend Leafy.
And that
Look at it this way. We
includes-
get to kill him again tomorrow. 12.
That includes Enders.
No,
I'ma
3.
die.
Sorry.
Okay.
Does it include the raptor?
Raptor breathes, right? Or
know.
sorry, how does your construct work? I don't think.
It doesn't specify it
It's
breathes.
essentially
I
a
assume 'cause
robot.
it's
Yeah, it's a robot. No, Raptor. You know what? Raptor's fine. I
Cool.
don't think it. Yeah, Raptor's good. So we got a 3. We got a 4, which was a 1, effectively from Naroke. Wow. Okay. Well, Marsh, you
Hey.
first. You're the first one to breathe this in for whatever reason. As the plant
Deep
collapses,
lizard breaths.
a plume of bright yellow spores just comes from the body, and you're like, it's kind of tasty to you, and you're just like, you're loving it. You're like, give me more of that. Meanwhile, Marsh, Endris, Nick, Endris, and Naroke, you guys are like coughing and sputtering, and it's super painful and freaking awful, and smells and tastes disgusting.
Gross.
I guess before I ask, Naroke, Nick, are either of you immune to poison?
No.
Nope.
Yeah. All right.
I just looked. I am not.
You're feeling like really bad from this. Like your eyes are watering, your throat's kind of burning. It's just really, really uncomfortable.
This sucks.
It's not that bad.
Yeah. So you're feeling not great.
Oh, no damage?
No damage, but you
That's
know
not-
something's up.
That's not way worse than if there was damage. Well, gonna.
See,
I guess I'll just go up and check to see how the rest of the team is doing, because I assume it's very obvious they're not having a good
Yep,
time.
bad. Bad is how we're doing.
see, the worst thing is when I was changing spells over there, I was like, should I take Lesser Restoration? No, we've got a healer. They'll be fine. So I didn't take Lesser Restoration, which would have cured this. Whew.
Yeah, I don't think you did.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I was like,
so
I considered it, but then I looked just on my spell list. Like, nope, I didn't take it. Also, actually, speaking of my spell list, considering that when we slept, we got reverted. Would my spell list even be able to be changed right now?
oh, hey, that's a good point. Yeah, I guess not.
Okay, I'll revert my spells back to what they were before.
Yeah, you would technically wake up back the way you were on the Highland Blush. So Endris is too, like, also coughing, like, is miserable and, like, almost not quite like Mace, I suppose, but similar. Yeah.
Oh,
she's
so
not-
it's like peppery and burny, or
yeah, it's peppery and burny, kind of smells awful, tastes awful, and it's like you can still breathe. It's not that it's necessarily swelling your throat to the point of not being able to breathe, but breathing is like a little bit more painful now. It's definitely harder. But you have gone and defeated this mass of plants.
We
Okay, that
killed
sucked.
Leafy.
Killed Leafy.
Well, I want to do an autopsy, but I feel like I shouldn't do it in here, so I'll just make a mental note to remember to do that when everyone leaves.
So
is
what
there
else?
anything else?
I was about to ask probably the same thing that you're about to ask. Go ahead.
Is there anything else in this room of interest?
Some I don't know, old papers on a table. There's a chest by a bed.
Looting the chest.
I'll check out the papers.
So the papers are just more of like a similar poetic persuasion as you saw in Wilma's room. The chest it's unlocked, it's old, it's decrepit, and there's just like clothes, shoes, an old hat in the chest. Something that looks like it's been here a very long time.
What kind of hat?
Oh,
Is this
kind of
like a
like
farmer hat?
cap-
Or talking
it's
fedora,
like a
bowler hat?
like a captain's hat, not like the tri-horn kind of point hat, but like a it's almost like one of those fedora captain hats. That's not a fedora. I don't think I have a way of showing you. You know, like a hat that you would imagine like a skipper to have.
Okay, no, I'll leave that one.
Okay.
Um,
It's not a cool hat.
So the papers you mentioned, they were like what I found in Wilma's room. Does it look like they were written by Wilma or by somebody else?
They look like they were written by Wilma. The handwriting's the same.
so she's been here. Actually, how old do those papers look?
Some
like,
of them,
new,
so
or?
the papers, some of them look like quite old, and they're like talking about like who's come to port and like the passage of like time and stuff. And some of them are like too faded to tell. The rest of the papers that look like they've been written recently by Wilma are fresher.
If on the papers it says I'm feeling pretty sick, I guess I don't need to do the autopsy.
And it's poetry. It's
Maybe I still do.
I'm gonna move stuff around on the bed. Like, is there anything like under the blankets, under the pillow, anything like that? Anything under the bed?
Nope. I mean, like some old shoes under the bed. But if you're specifically looking for the totem, you're not seeing anything like that. Under the
Totem,
pillows,
book,
in the
anything
pillowcase.
like anything of the sort.
Okay. No, nothing of any sort of interest.
Is
Not
there
under, not on.
is there a way to the top of the lighthouse?
Yeah, you could kind of climb the spire that's here. It's sort of weirdly precarious and be kind of awkward to do because it's only like where the light is. There's like 4 long pillars that are kind of reaching up. You sort of could, but there's nowhere to go up there at the top of the.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, it's. Yeah.
Nope. Okay.
And, Endress will come help and come looking around, and
Actually,
she looks like she's really trying to like think about what's going on, and you see this like kind of fear in her eyes, and as she's like kind of muddling about what's going on with this poison.
while people are investigating, I'm gonna cast Detect Magic as a ritual. So that's gonna take me like 10 minutes. So.
All right. Yeah. During this 10 minutes before Detect Magic can go off, are you guys just gonna continue searching about the room, just taking it easy? Yeah. All right.
I wanted. What is this thing? It looks like a cabinet of some sort.
Yeah, it's definitely a cabinet. Inside there's ledgers, like old ledgers.
Okay.
If you flip through them, it's just like accounts from like previous captains that have come to town, explaining stuff that they're bringing. If there were quarrels or stuff, like a kind of a log of the comings and goings of the town from a very long time ago. And while Marsh, just before you get Detect Magic off, Endress is gonna come to you, Naroke and Nick, and be like, please come here. I need to get this off of you. We're very sick.
Okay.
I'm flattered, but are you sure that is appropriate?
Naroke, let her cast the spell.
I'm just trying to figure out what you're talking about. I needed a second. Fucking hell. And she is, I guess, Nick, since you seem to be the less like inclined to give her problems. She's gonna
Give
cast.
sass to the lady who's gonna get me unpoisoned. That's a great idea.
She's gonna cast lesser restoration on you. I'm gonna surge. All right, 9, so you don't get turned into a potted plant
Or fireballed.
or fireball.
That would be that would be oddly satisfying if like, oh yeah, we got poisoned, so to cast to
restore the poison, you get turned into a plant.
Yeah, but then how do we fix that? Just carry Nick around and just
Until we
like
go to
write Nick
bed.
on the pot and be like,
It wears off eventually, right?
Yeah, usually it's a 1d20 hours.
yeah, something like that. Naroke, are you gonna be helpful?
Well, Naroke was originally just like, "You're trying to get what off of me?" And like a little bit confused initially. But it's like, once he sees it being cast on Nick, it's like, "Oh, okay, I get it now."
Okay. All right. I'm gonna wild surge for you, and hopefully it's a 1. Nah, it's a 16. All right. And as
It's
soon
just
as
out of
this glow
spite.
from, yeah, that's exactly why. This glow kind of like, I'd say she just touches a hand on your shoulder, and you feel warm, and then get warmer and warmer, and it's almost too warm until suddenly you're just like, okay, back to normal, and you can breathe, and your vision, like, if it's obscured, it's just the lingering tears, like you feel much, much better.
Okay.
And then Endris is going to look to you and be like, well, I can't do that again today. I need to go see someone. So,
Oh, you have more business in town?
no, but I think I'm also infected by this and not feeling very
Oh.
well.
Oh, I see.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
There's a temple here in town, right?
Yep, I visited them yesterday,
Today?
today. Yeah, I can go back to the
The
temple of
last
Nukta.
today?
Last today, I like it.
But time will be of the essence for me. I think this is an hourly thing.
Yeah, we should get you to that temple right away.
Yeah,
And then
we don't want
Marsh.
you dying on us.
We'll say that detect magic has now had its time to incubate or whatever it does in that 10 minutes. And there's look around the room, nothing, but in the heart of the kind of smoldering stabbed mass is a bright glow.
More reason to do that autopsy. I assume.
How about you do that autopsy and I take Endris to the temple to get unpoisoned?
Sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, Endris will happily leave with you, leaping unafraid from the 4-foot kind of gap there down. Because she is a little freaked out. Naroke, are you sticking around with Marsh?
Yeah, I'll stick around with Marsh because someone needs to make sure that we're not off on our lonesome.
Yay,
Raptors there.
friends.
Okay.
For when I start. Should I get started? Or should I wait?
Up to you.
So before I do this, I can hold up my breath for 15 minutes. I don't know if that'll stop any more potential stuff getting in my system, but I mean, if I can hold breath for 15 minutes, I might as well do it. So while
Smart.
I'll first start by doing that, and it's like, without getting into the details, I'm just trying to I guess I'm trying to do 2 things. One is, I'm guessing this was originally a person, so I'm gonna try to just kind of cut the leaves off to or the foliage off to maybe see if I can make out who, what, or if there's a person under here. And then once I'm done that, then I'll just get that thing my detect magic picked up on.
Suddenly it's Wilma.
I mean, that's my theory.
So instantly you know that it oozes because Nick eventually got it to, and I think maybe Naroke got some oozing out of it, and it's darker than blood. What you're seeing on its kind of surface level, and if you're taking the time to sort of shave away and clear off some of the foliage and whatnot, you're seeing something that looks like rotting greenish flesh. Like,
Doesn't seem very humanoid in nature and all.
honestly, it seems like if you had left like a slab of meat out for too long and it starts to kind of turn that putridy greeny purple, and it very well could be human flesh or humanoid creature flesh underneath the foliage, we'll say.
It seems like whatever happened is long past since it's whatever it did, so I guess I'll move on to trying to get the magic thing.
Maybe it's the Builder's Child. The Builder's Child fell and died up here, and then just they never got his body.
Maybe. I'm not too sure. I don't have any clues. I don't think this is Wilma, because again, Wilma should be looking for her lover not staying in this tower.
Also, if she got dead in 2 days ago, then she's already turning green. There's other issues she's got.
Oh boy. So yeah, I'll get that magic thingy.
So I imagine just like with a scalpel type thing, you're gonna kind of lift it over where the glow is, and
Yep.
Yeah.
Basically.
you know what? It's not pretty, but you get into it, and it looks, the more that you like kind of scrape the flesh and flowers and vines and whatnot away, it's looking exactly like the sister totem, but just covered in
Oh.
oozy black
Ooh.
goo.
I'm not supposed to, I asked Naroke, and it's like, I'm not supposed to touch the totem, right?
This better not be an intelligence check.
100%
It's an intelligence check.
Ah,
Naroke just like walks up and is like, I don't quite remember. I'll grab it for you.
Depending how fast you are, I'm like, wait, I think we're not I don't know. And then maybe if you're going fast, you would touch it by now.
Oh yeah, I just like hand this like grab it. It's like, we should probably go and find Endress and Nick and let them know that we've got the twin statue. Though, if Wilma had the statue,
Then what's this?
yeah, who is it? Can we get a face?
I mean, I tried figuring things out.
Marsh, you got some nature inclinations, right? If you want, you can give me a nature check.
Oh, yeah, natural 20.
Natural
So
20. All right. You've heard of this type of creature before. It when it doesn't have a host, and even sometimes when it does, it's almost completely you can't tell that it's its own thing. It just looks like a patch of moss on a rock or like some vines on a tree. And then its spores will be released when there's like a living creature nearby, and if something isn't done about those spores in X amount of hours, the creature that was infected with the spores turns into one of them. So you know that this is that type of like rooter creature.
Okay, so like they're like the conclusion, this was definitely a person at some point. That got like to the further stage of infection of the spores.
But the
And
question is
you
this
know
is
that
Wilma.
you know that infection can take anywhere from like say 3 to 7 hours, and that's all it needs to become.
Okay. You mentioned something about eyes. Like it's like I just want to get a closer look at the eyes to see maybe I can get like an identifying feature from that.
Yeah, you can discern like head, shoulders, knees, and toes. So from what would be its face, and sort of like a kind of difference of color for its mouth, you can kind of gauge where its eyes would be.
Yeah, just try to get it out of there. Like I'm just trying to get an eye color essentially.
Yeah. If you kind of move the moss around, it just looks like
Yeah.
more moss. Can't. Yeah.
No. Okay.
The eyes
Well,
weren't like actual eyeball eyes, and more just like the indent shape of like leaves, kind of looking like eye-ish.
I just kind of like just mentioned it to like Naroke. It's just like I'm not too sure how we can figure out who this was. At least with my current skills.
Maybe someone at the temple will know. Let's bring this thing to.
Isn't this maybe like it had like a hazard of some sort? I don't know. Is it fully inert? Could I maybe with maybe my nature check I just did? Could I know
Yep.
if
You don't want to bring a biohazard to the temple.
could
It'll
I
be
determine
fine.
if
we
it's like
sleep, it'll
still
go
a risk?
Away. Do you have Arcana by any chance? I mean, I think you can make it anyways.
I have a +2 to Arcana, so
It would be, yeah, it'd be more so an Arcana kind of thing.
Whoop, 15.
15. All right. Judging by the feel you're getting from it, and from what Endress had said to you yesterday, today, whatever, that she was hired to be able to remove the curses to get these to help you guys get into the city. It's probably still very much live. and a problem. So you know that it's not super safe to just be like playing hot potato with.
Yeah, I figured we might as well leave it in here, cause yeah, it could infect the town potentially still, and I mean technically we could just sleep it off, but I'd rather not deal
True,
with
although
the potential.
now that we have the other statue, we don't know
Maybe.
whether or not the reset's going to happen again. It
True,
might
even more
if
reason
the
I guess not to infect the town.
if the curse is a loop, and then maybe that's what's happening. I don't know. But let's go to Endress.
Yeah, this is her expertise, so we can just once she's got herself settled, we'll meet up and try to work this out.
Do we want to go to the temple, or should we just head back to the inn and wait there for them?
I think maybe wait at the inn. I'm leaning towards that.
Okay, sounds good. So Marsh and I are going to head to the inn. Also, do I feel fine?
You feel fine. Yeah.
Great.
Are you guys bringing that idol with you?
Oh yeah, I'm holding it in my hand.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh god.
All right.
Remember, we were talking about whether or not to bring the body in.
Yeah, we were talking about the body,
decided not
whether we should bring that or not. The idol's coming with us.
All right. Rest in peace.
I put a blanket over the body before we leave, and then I'll leave.
It's beautiful.
Just put a handkerchief over the face. It's fine.
It's more so the spores don't will get trapped in the blanket. I don't know.
Yeah. Once I get downstairs, I'm gonna go and take the totem, drop it into the chest, of the rest of my stuff, and close it up and hoist it up and head back into the city.
Oh god.
Great.
So at least that way I'm not parading around the city. Look what I have.
Yeah, rolling around in your chest. Okay, so Nick, it's really quick to the temple because Endress has been there before. And she's sort of leading the way with you, kind of helping her out as she's getting woozy and stuff. And when she enters, she just makes a beeline for one of the brothers in robes and says, "Brother Sable, I need your help. I think I've been poisoned." And he's going to kind of like, "Have we met before?" She's like, "Yes and no, kid. I just need help right now. Time is of the essence." "My name is Endress. I'm from the University of New Goraham." And he's like, "Of course, my child. Like, Nuke is always kind to his followers." And you hear under her breath, like, "Not a follower." But he's gonna like lay his hands on her and mumble some like beautiful prayer. And you see Endress like visibly relax from the glow of his hands and stuff. And from like her pocket, she'll like be like, "For the temple," and she offers him like some money. He bows deeply and thanks her for it, and then she turns on her heels and storms right out. It's a super quick affair.
I'm gonna be like rushing to catch up. Like I was not expecting the turnaround to be that fast.
It's like, no longer dying. What did he do to her last time she was in here?
Not to like be presumptuous, but you know she's of the university. She's a very scientific mindset.
Wielding magic.
And these temple people are, interesting. And their beliefs.
As we're leaving very fast, I'm like, not fond of that one, huh?
No, we had some words yesterday, today, whatever.
Yes, today.
Yes, today. All right. I'm feeling better. Let's. Do you think they're still at the lighthouse?
I think it's entirely possible that they're on their way here from the lighthouse.
Lovely. Maybe we'll intercept them.
Before they do what?
I don't know, battering ram something?
Oh, looks like we forgot a key.
I don't want to criticize, but I will point out that you were a participant in the battering ram situation.
know, he's so charismatic.
Is he though?
I have a plus
he
one in
though?
charisma, so kind of.
He's like, he's the hero, like the face. I'm not gonna have another opportunity to bust down a door like that with him again, I think.
Well, it depends on how today goes, I guess.
Oh, that's so true.
If she sticks around with us long enough, she'll get to smash down a whole bunch of things with me.
A whole bunch of things. Okay, yeah, I guess you'll head on your way to the tavern, I suppose.
Yep.
Okay. Is anyone hungry? You guys just want to meet up in the room?
Yeah, Naroke's probably gonna No, Naroke's gonna stop and get food. Absolutely, he's gonna stop and get food. It's like, what are you gonna
Oh
do?
god.
It's crab.
It's been like
Of course
30
it's crab.
minutes.
It's just more crab.
Yep, he's gonna sit down and enjoy another plate full of crab.
Okay. Marsh, are you downstairs?
Yeah, I just follow Naroke. I'm
Okay.
I'm not gonna eat more crap though. I think I'm still good.
Crabbed out. So Endris and Nick, you can like poke your head around and see nothing at the lighthouse and go into the tavern to hedge your bets. What do you do?
Do we see them having food in the common room of the tavern?
Absolutely.
All right. I'm going to sidle up and be like, "Hey, so do we want to talk in the room or here?"
Probably the room.
Yeah, we learned some interesting stuff. We should probably head up.
Yeah,
Okay.
one really
Thank
interesting.
you for the
thing.
crab tally.
And she'll just nod off and be like,
Anytime. Until we run out of crab, I guess. Whatever.
shrug you off. Okay. So, Endris, whose room? Do either of you care?
That's
I
what
think
Andrew's room. She has the other
Endris's
totem.
room has sort of become the unofficial meeting place.
Perfect. So she's gonna stomp on in and just like lay on the bed.
How are you
and
feeling, Andrus?
Better. I just didn't want to see that man again.
What happened? Look over
Nothing.
Dominic. Like, what happened?
Look at it this way: she said "man" with a certain amount of velocity.
That's fair.
I hate owing favors to stupid people.
Well, look at it this way. If you owe him a favor from yesterday, he doesn't remember. So you don't owe him nothing.
I like it. That's a good point. All right. Did you guys find anything?
Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna set the chest on the ground, open it up, and pull out the totem. We found
What the
this.
fuck?
Why are you touching it? Oh my god!
Remember if you're supposed to touch it or not.
We've been over this. I'm supposed to remove the curse
Well,
before
yeah, that's why we
touch
brought it to you, so that you can remove the curse.
Okay.
It's been a long day and a half.
All right, Naroke. I have not Naroke. Sorry, I have Sir Darwin. Serious question for you.
I have a serious answer.
I can do this once right now. Do I help you? Because I don't know what's on you, and I don't know how important it is to remove it. Or do I do this on the totem? Because we only get one right now. What's it gonna be?
Can we figure out?
If we
potentially?
decurse the totem, is there a chance that he also gets decursed?
I have no idea.
Well, that being said, we couldn't remember whether we shouldn't touch the totem or not. It was just
Right.
spur of the moment. We needed to bring this to you,
Right.
Because that was priority. But we now know where the totem is.
But it raises more
So-
questions than anything.
But here's the thing:
Where was it?
inside the
inside.
body of the grass moss thing that we killed.
That explains the grossness on it. Okay.
So if we decurse me, because let's be honest, if time does reset, I'm fine. But if it doesn't, and I die, that's a big problem. But
Yes.
the totem isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, we could just
So
get it
if-
again tomorrow.
If time doesn't reset, and I'm not cursed, I'm alive, and we can decurse the totem tomorrow. If time does reset, then we know exactly where to go to get it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I follow you. Okay.
At least one of us does.
I just one question. And she's gonna turn to you, Swamp, and be like,
Oh.
Are you lighting any more fires tonight?
I look at the rest of the party and I shrug. Me? I don't think so.
I'm not
Um,
planning on it.
Okay.
Are we roasting food or something like that over a campfire? I'm down for that.
All right. I will cleanse whatever is infecting you, and then we'll do this day all over again. Hooray!
Okay, just
I want that. I want not to self. Take the telescope tomorrow.
Oh, right.
And Naroke's gonna like still holding the totem just because like didn't want to hand it to her anymore because like, oh, we're not supposed to be touching it, so you shouldn't touch it.
Should we just put it on the table?
I'm gonna open
Just
the
leave it there?
end table and just like put it in the drawer.
There we go. Yeah.
If time doesn't reset, it's in there.
All right.
If time does reset, it's in the swamp monster.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Since that thing was in Darwin's chest, is there a chance that it's been knocking around, touching all of his stuff, and now it's cursed as well?
100%.
There is. Yeah, it's a slight chance.
Can objects get cursed?
Yes, objects
yeah.
can.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
We'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
I do have
Please
mage
don't burn
hand,
my
but
box.
I guess tomorrow we'll put a mage hand into a bag, and that bag will be cursed. Can I touch the bag? I don't know if I can touch the bag.
Well, Old Man Mayor was cursed, and both you and I touched him.
Yes.
How about? Oh wait, I'm overthinking things. Like, once we get it again today, before anyone touches it, we just remove its curse. Problem solved.
Also, like, I don't know, I felt kind of bad for the monster. Maybe we see if we can cure the critter instead of kill it this next time around, if that's a possibility.
Then don't stab it first.
Listen, I got frightened.
Seem to be finding.
Also,
frighten you because
Marsh
otherwise
fire
you'd be
blasted
stabbing
it
me a lot.
Marsh fire blasted it before I stabbed it.
It gave me bad vibes. Okay.
And now Naroke has those bad vibes. All right. High five. She's gonna just like, and then clasp fingers with you. She's on her tippy toes. I imagine you're leaning like down quite a bit.
Well, like for her it's a high five. For me, it's like straightforward.
Straightforward 5. And then, so kind of similar but opposite to when she was curing you of your poison. Instead of like your hand warming till the point where it's almost too warm to be comfortable, it's cold, and just when you think like, man, you want to rip your hand away, she kind of moves it for you, and she's sort of like panting and looking tired and like, let anyone judge me if I just go to bed?
I think
Not
you can
even
go to
slightly.
bed.
Great. Okay.
What time of day is it?
It's like gotta be not later than noon.
Yeah,
It's afternoon
it's still
right now.
bright. Yeah, you're not even late afternoon, nowhere near evening. For reference, the people that were outside of the mayor's house, kind of across the way, are still there, but it's like the 3 people that are just like angry and huffy. You know, nothing's really brewing this early in the morning.
Do we just want to hang out until it's time to go Betty bye?
Yeah. I'm a little bit eager to figure out what happens tomorrow. So
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
fine
I'm
just-
quite curious about that. So, do we want to see if is Endress already sleeping?
No, she's just like laying back against the headrest of the bed. She's not like
We
ushering
We
you
should
guys
get out
out.
of her room.
We should move out of Endress's room so she can sleep.
okay.
And as we're kind of walking, it's like, kind of turn to Dominic, it's like, do we want to see if people are gambling?
Yes. Although, shit, if we do win money, then we can't keep it.
Unless the night doesn't reset. Also, I'm still curious as whether the night resets if I'm awake or not. Because I'm still intending fully to try and stay awake all night.
Okay. Marsh, what was that?
Just as warning to the DM, Naroke's going to try and stay awake all night to see what happens.
Okay.
I didn't really have too much to add. I was just thinking about like, oh, I guess we don't get those cool earrings either, which is a shame.
You know where they are. The day is still young.
Yeah, but I
Then
mean,
we have to stage a whole other riot to get into the mayor's house again.
that's a lot of work.
So DM to player wise, if you guys want to repeat basically anything you had done the night before, sans Endress, you're more than welcome to, with the knowledge that you have, knowing what worked, what didn't.
Though, sans Endress, we can't cure the mayor, which means
Yeah.
people are going to be a lot more hostile about us.
My gut feeling is also telling me today is going to reset. Just a gut feeling though.
Especially since we haven't broken the curse on the item, assuming that artifact is
Yeah.
what is causing the day to repeat.
So I think like tomorrow, I think it might be. Tomorrow I think to replay a bunch of that I think would be worth it. But I think today, I think it'd be probably have a chill day. And heck, even if we're wrong and the curse is lifted, I'm pretty sure we could just do it all tomorrow instead.
We very well could. Yeah, so let's do some quick gambling, just to see, or if anyone's even in the tavern gambling, and then see if time skips don't happen if someone's not sleeping.
Okay. This time of day, there's no one gambling in the tavern right now. That's more of a kind of nighttime affair.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to hang out, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay. In that case, let's just hang out and wait until night.
Okay. So is anyone else like actively trying to keep themselves awake?
No, not really.
I'm not gonna actively try and stay up. No.
All right.
Naroke absolutely is.
Yeah. All right, Naroke. So we're just gonna fast forward real quick to the night here. Midnight comes, 1 a.m. comes, 2 a.m. comes. Can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Con saving throw. Theoretically, I should be good at this. 13.
13. All right, 13 passes. Next hour, make me another one, please.
And were we all in individual rooms, or was the three of us in one room, or how did we have this set up?
You had your own room.
Okay. Oof. 8.
Almost.
That's an 8.
Actually, do I
So
have
you're
advantage on
feeling.
Constitution saving throws. One moment.
Oh.
Features and
Yeah.
traits.
This can
I
put
do
up to-
not, and then unfortunately, since I can't change spells, or I couldn't change spells the night before, I can't give myself the spell that would have let me give myself advantage.
Okay, that's fair. So you're not out. You're feeling super drowsy. So you got an
Okay.
8. So for the next score, or the next check rather, you have disadvantage.
Okay. 15.
15. Okay, you're pulling through. Give me another one.
20.
20. Yeah, still you're just like still plugging on. Like,
And this is
You
at
don't
what
yourself
time of the
get
morning now?
You don't get disadvantage on that next one?
oh, sorry, you have disadvantage on all of them. My apologies.
Oh, okay. In that
Oh,
case,
so that's
not one.
that one.
That one.
So 4, yeah.
Yeah, you're out like a sack of bricks.
Darn.
You're just out. And when you awake
Ta-da,
the next morning,
ta-da.
it's to like a knock on the door and
Yay.
Fellerock, a familiar voice, being like, "This is Fellerock. We're almost at Greenspire now. Ready yourselves and come on deck." And that's where we're gonna end.
Fuck!
I just
Nice.
wanted to like mouth it like as he was saying it, just like quietly say
This
it
is
in my
like
head.
when you keep failing at a boss fight and they have the same intro line every time.
And you
start,
can't
like,
skip.
and you start like angrily mimicking the line back at them.
Amazing.
You can never defeat me. How dare you show up here again?
Wow, what a ride that was. To anyone who is watching this Groundhog Day campaign, thank you for joining us. I hope you had fun. To my players, I hope you had fun repeating some of the day's events.
I'm just grateful that when it came to things like the crab fight, you don't make us redo the crab fight every day.
Yeah,
I'm very grateful I didn't have to redo the crab fight.
yeah,
I was
that
ready
wouldn't be
for
fun.
it.
You were ready? Yeah, nah. The way I see it, you know what's coming. You're more prepared for it. Let it go. Unless you were like, I want to really do something specific, and you told me, please let us do the crab fight.
Please, I just want to do it one more time. It was...
See, now,
Wow.
with that being said, we now know that removing the artifact from said swampy beastie boy does not stop the loop. So we have to purify the artifact, and assuming the artifact is what is causing this loop.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm gonna laugh and also be a little sad if it's like we get to tomorrow day, and or I guess we get to today because we're now in the morning. It's like we purify the artifact. It's like we're all like, yes, we've got it. We've talked to or slain Swampy Beastie. Now we can progress. And then we're like, okay, let's rest up before we carry on. And then it resets again. It's like, that wasn't all we had to do. We missed it.
I think
step.
I think I'm going to be skeptical the entire way.
Yeah. Mel, I would like to thank you very formally for not making us wake up to Heat of the Moment by Asia every single time we time loop.
How did I not think of that? Aw, missed opportunity, but you're very welcome.
Just have Anthony right outside our bedroom door.
Oh my god, Anthony. Oh. I almost wish you guys weren't trying to be super secretive and quiet so you could just get to know the crew really well and like just get all the stories out of Anthony. You guys are too smart for that. Man is a riot. So we will be back 2 weeks from now with the continuation. And next Sunday, Giggle's campaign will be on, where I don't even remember what we're doing. Drug Lord, trying to take down a Drug Lord.
Yep. You no longer are in possession of 15 pounds of drugs.
I sold my drugs. Well, no, I didn't.
You handed your drugs over to Inri. You did not sell them.
I gave the drugs away.
I'm
out a lot of money.
like you were selling.
Yes. Yeah, my lovely players, thanks for joining me. To the viewers, thanks for being here. And we'll see you all real soon.
Yep. See
Have a good night.
people next week. Have a good night.
Bye.